sign.
Well, maybe all the ads are helping to keep the force strong at the box office. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, earned another $71 million over the long holiday weekend.
Right.
That brings its 12-day total to $271 million.
The Star Wars racket may be catching on, huh?
Yeah.
You think?
You a big fan of Star Wars, Stephen?
I am, yeah. I think that'll be good.
Yes.
The new animated movie Madagascar debuted in second. It brought in a respectable $61 million.
Yeah.
And the remake of The Longest Yard debuted at number 3. It took in $60 million.
Ah, well, that's nice. Sounds like a pretty successful box office weekend. 3 days, of course, factored in there as opposed to your typical 2. And I, for many, many years now, have been trying to promote the idea of the 3-day weekend taking hold for more than just holidays.
Right.
I really believe that the American population will be more productive in the workforce with a 3-day weekend.
Okay, let's start.
Right?
Let's start it
Never
off.
tried.
Now, would you take the Friday off or the Monday off?
I like the Monday. You don't need to work on a Monday. Just because psychologically Monday is a sad and down day. How about just taking that and reversing it? Yeah. Oh, it is.
But then Tuesday becomes the new Monday.
Okay, 4-day weekend, Stephen. You're onto something there. See what you can do with Wednesday. Anyhow, but seriously, though, yes, if we were all to go to a 4-day work week, don't you think,
We'd be much more productive?
as an institution of people,
Absolutely.
we would be happier, more productive, and get more out of life?
Yes.
Life is too damn short. I find too many times on a 2-day weekend, I come back in Monday, still just unrecovered, my battery's not recharged, and all that other fun stuff. But on a 3-day weekend, I mean, look at me this morning.
Wow, all that energy.
I'm unshaven, and I'm
Yes, you are.
ready for
You
action.
were doing calisthenics before you came in?
Yes.
You're ready to
Wow.
go.
Battery's full.
Batteries included on this morning's program, ladies and gentlemen.
Like the Energizer Bunny.
I don't know what that means, but hey, it was a 3-day weekend, and shouldn't they all be? Come on now.
See a meeting with our boss in your future.
All right. It's not about my boss or your boss or his boss or her boss, Stephen. It's about our bosses.
Yes, but I think you could make it happen to start the trend.
So we'll be back next Tuesday, right? We'll have another 3-day weekend coming up.
No, you're not getting it. I'm trying to make this a universal nationwide thing, and until then, I'm not going to take off an extra day. That's not fair to the rest of y'all.
Oh, okay.
So,
I just thought you might, since
Until
you
it-
wanted it, you could start it off.
until it becomes a coast-to-coast thing, you're making a big joke out of this, and I resent that. I really think that the world would be more productive on a 4-day work week, as opposed to stretching it out to 5 and getting less work done in 5 days than you could in 4 if you got a better opportunity to recharge your batteries. It's all about the batteries, ladies and gentlemen. Look to the batteries.
Maybe if we went till 11, like 4 days a week, that would make up for that other day.
You know what? Just let me run with this, Stephen. Leave it to me.
Right.
Just make sure the liquor stores are open on Sundays for sure.
Oh, you'd have to
That'd
on
be
that
important.
situation.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't dread Tuesdays as much as they would Mondays, Stephen. Huh? Right.
I believe you.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
Someday.
You don't have to convince me.
Someday, long after we're all gone, they'll wise up.
Oh, geez.
And we'll have to sit up there or down there and,
How about
and look
down?
up and see that finally they got it right, but we're not there to enjoy it. We slaved away. That's how they'll look at us in the history books. They slaved away on a 5-day work week.
Just so that we could have a 4-day.
Oppressive it was, but not anymore.
Because of it, they'll be carving your face on Mount Rushmore, knowing that you started it.
That's right. I will be known for the inspiration for the 4-day work week. All right, anyhow.
Wow, that was a great speech.
Pretty easy
by
to
the
carve a
way.
blue dot, I think.
Yeah, it would.
Just a circle.
Yeah, I could do that.
Someone will spray paint it red just to taunt me. But it's okay. I'll have made my mark
Yep.
on making this country a 4-day work week country. Anyhow, what else? How are you doing? How was your 3-day weekend?
It was very nice.
It was
Thank
nice?
you. Yeah.
You had a big old barbecue?
No.
No.
Just did some stuff around the house as
Okay.
planned. But it was great.
All right. Well, that's what Memorial Day means to me. Doing stuff around the house.
Well, yeah.
Can you think of anything you did around the house?
Painted.
You painted the house.
And ordered blinds. and-
Wow.
Sure.
So you're just a redecorating or
Well, yeah.
redecorating? Yes.
Redecorating.
How long
I
you been in
guess.
this house now, this mansion of yours?
A couple months.
Isn't that time for the for sale sign to go up and you to move into a bigger one by now?
No, we'll stay here for a long time.
Ah, I heard that about the last house. Then it got too small for you.
Well, you know.
Sooner or later, the wall's going to be closing in on this new house, and you're going to need something bigger because, well, you're moving on up to the east side. Mm-hmm. You're painting away like fools there, huh? Do the kids participate? Or they have to stand back and
they
keep their gas masks on?
Does paint taste good, Mom?
No,
That's your dinner. Leave that alone.
They participate some.
Pour it on the pancakes.
Do some cutting in.
Okay, well,
So,
what else? What's going on in the world?
Just want to let you know that most of America doesn't believe that Katie Holmes and Tom Cruise are truly in love, and it's all a publicity stunt.
All right, we'll see that. There's your first Hollywood couple in a long time that actually is engulfed in true love, and no one can identify it. However, they think Brad Pitt is still in love with Jennifer Aniston, even though he's been screwing Angelina Jolie for the past year now. So leave it to the public to figure out what the hell's going on. I've told you the way it is. I've told you that Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes are more in love than just about any Hollywood couple you can bring to my attention. And no one wants to believe me!
Nope, they don't.
This is why we're on a 5-day work week! But that's all right!
And by the way, the New York Post is already reporting that they're supposedly engaged, although she's not wearing her ring yet.
Right.
They've moved in together, supposedly, and she's converting to Scientology for him.
Well,
There she goes. That's
quick.
Yeah.
she's already hanging over the Bunsen burner right now.
It's like, whatever, just so I can be with Tom.
Yes. Scientology.
Mm-hmm.
Just feel like you got to wear goggles for that. I don't know what it means.
You really got to get your checkbook out. Write sizable donations to Ron L. Hubbard. That's really what it is.
Is it?
It's now Ron L. Hubbard as opposed to L. Ron Hubbard.
Whatever.
Okay. He doesn't mind as long as you get all those.
Either order.
Or you could just send a blank check. I think.
The T-Man. Q93.
Is teen star Lindsay Lohan losing weight? Yes. That much is obvious from recent photos.
You think?
But what about reports that the 18-year-old actress has an eating disorder? Lohan says absolutely not.
Okay, whatever. You have to have an eating disorder in order to lose weight these days, Terry.
Yeah.
If you want to lose weight in 2005, you have to commit yourself to an eating disorder. That's the deal.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Steven's been unwilling, very selfishly, unwilling to allow himself to get any kind of bulimic or anorexic situation, so he's got a little tubby pouch there.
Well, I got gluttony, but it goes the wrong way.
Uh-huh. That's the way it's going to be.
Tubby pouch.
He's learned to live with it. We haven't, but he has.
Right.
Lohan says absolutely not. In fact, she says her skinny new look is only temporary for her next film, Fashionistas, about a hot young fashion designer.
Oh, she's getting into the part so much that she has lost weight in order to play the character, Terry.
And she's supposed to be hot, looking like that?
The lamest excuse I ever heard for getting yourself into some kind of bulimic or anorexic situation. Oh, no, I'm just playing the character. This isn't me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Whatever, honey.
Her skinny new look is only temporary for her next film, Fashionistas, about a hot young fashion designer. Lindsay is co-producing with...
Well, Mary Kate must have tried out for the same role, Terry.
Yeah. She must have, but didn't get it.
Right.
Lindsay is co-producing with Christine Peters, who says the star has great fashion sense.
She knows it. She owns it. She knows who she is.
Oh, well, thank you, Paul Abdul.
Right. Okay.
There you go. Lindsay Lohan got the part over Mary Kate Olsen, and
Fashionista.
they're both a couple of waifs enjoying a cracker at some point today.
After the movie, she'll balloon back up to 105.
Speaking of her, she supposedly is getting her freckles removed, too.
Who's that?
Lindsay Lohan.
You can do that these days.
I guess you can.
They just surgically remove them.
Yeah,
one by one. They put them in a jar.
No, it's either supposedly you can use a bleaching cream or a chemical peel, or maybe have lasered away any discoloration.
And she is having the whole
That's
kit
rumor.
and caboodle.
Yeah.
They put masks on, they put her under anesthesia, and she wakes up freckle-free.
I don't know how they do it.
That should be the name of your next child, by the way.
Freckle free.
That's right.
Not having any more, by the way.
I forgot.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
Yeah.
We're not going to fall for that one again, Terry. All right.
So,
Freckle-free she'll be.
freckle free, supposedly.
All
she'll
right.
be.
Fine. interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe not as interesting, I'm sure, while you were putting up blinds, Terry, while you were painting your new house. I'm sure, after all the talk you did last week about the Indianapolis 500, that you were there watching your babe go round and round the track, trying to root her in,
I did.
knowing she was leading with 8 laps to go, and then she kind of ran out of gas.
Well, yeah, she did.
Literally.
She was hoping for a yellow flag
Is
or
that
two.
what she was doing?
Yeah.
She was hoping the yellow flag. She was hoping for a crash. That's not.
She was
hoping for a
hoping
crash so
something.
she could coast on in as the winner.
Well, so that maybe she had a chance to pit and get some more gas. But when she got past
All right,
and
you know
then
what?
got the yellow flag,
It's too early to talk about this, Terry. I know you were all excited about your Danica, babe.
Patrick.
Yes, I know you were all worked up about her.
Watched her,
I have to admit, this was the first Indianapolis 500 I've ever watched in my life.
Wow.
She gave them a good run for the money, man.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I mean, I'm not crazy.
Oh, lap 2 was awesome.
I watched a good hour or so. Wow.
Yeah, it was very good.
So did they
Okay.
really go around 500 times?
And I'll also tell you this. I was rooting for her.
Were you?
Yes.
Oh, good.
And then that babe was too lazy to stop for gas and blew her chance, Terry.
She did great, though.
Too proud to stop and ask for directions.
Well,
She's like, it's too expensive here. I know there's an AMP just up there.
up the road a little bit. She had a lot of problems, too. Like, she stalled in the pits once, and then she spun out another time.
Well,
and still.
obviously the groceries were weighing her car down, Terry. But at least she was getting her priorities right. Getting the milk and getting the cereal for the kids and putting it in the back of the car is more important than winning any old stupid race.
Right.
We'll talk about this much later. So
Okay.
there's much more to go through, I'm sure. There are people on the line who want to hook you up with blinds.
Oh, my gosh. Come on.
Didn't this caller already hear that Terry already put up her...
up?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
I guess I can tell him directly. Didn't you already hear that Terry already put up her blinds this weekend? That was
No,
her...
I didn't put them up. We ordered them. Jeez.
Yeah,
We ordered
them. So Terry's giving you the impression, I could put a stop on that order. That man makes me a great offer.
that's okay.
You don't want to put a stop on that order?
No, that's okay. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm a project specialist for a window blind company. I can save you a lot of money.
Terry's been with so many project specialists in her life that you're not impressing her, sir.
You're not impressed, huh?
Oh, jeez. Terry already has ordered her blinds, and now on the spot, she can't come on the air and say that she wants your blinds, even though she's dying inside, sir. That's the way it works in radio.
We're fine. We have blinds. Email me through the website. We're okay.
Terry has ordered.
Well, I'm just trying to help the crew out. You know what
I
I'm saying?
appreciate it. Yeah.
You weren't going to give her free blinds anyway, were you, sir?
No, not free, but I can save a lot.
Save her a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, you know, we're in the market.
Oh, jeez. Yes. All right, well, that...
You're in the market for blinds?
Oh, jeez. Is that what you do, sir? You're a blind guy?
Yeah, he says he's a
Can't do
specialist.
that.
You're a blind specialist.
Yeah, I'm a project specialist.
All right, well, too late. Maybe Terry's next house, which should be in about 3 to 4 months.
Ah, okay.
All right, dude?
Thanks, I love you.
All right.
Oh, wow. Jeez, you man.
We're supposed to talk about that off the air, sir. Swagger!
Wow.
Yeah, Swagger.
Well, I got some great news.
Oh, jeez. Well, of course, before you give you great news, we have to introduce you in the proper fashion. Let me see if I can find the old, the news report.
Swagman!
There it is. Yes, Swagman. Is it Swagman or Swagman?
Swag.
Swagman. And
No
when did
CH.
when did you come up with Swagman?
Well, after people started calling me Swaginator, Swaggernaut, everything that went with Swagger, I just took that SWA and used that.
Ah, very creative.
Swagman!
Yes.
I like Swagger better.
What's the big news, Swagger?
Well, besides, I only have 13 days left.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. 13 days left of schooling as far as being a high school student.
Yes.
Well, that's a big moment, dude.
I got half of my financial stuff already taken care of to go to OC.
To go to what? OC?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just about ready to go to college.
Yes. I'm sure they're on pins and needles there at the OC.
Yeah.
Waiting for you to come up with the final bit of cash. How much money does it require to go to the OC, bitch?
About $8,000 a year.
Really? It's that much to go to a junior college?
Really?
I wouldn't think so.
I think so.
Well,
It's either. That's why I saw the form.
$8,000 a year to go to like some little community college.
They must really want him. Dude, it's going to be $8,000, man.
Yeah. Everyone else it's like $1,500, but for you it's $8,000.
It's like $8,000 for UW, I think.
I mean, you can't live on campus.
Yeah.
There's no dorms, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do they just for the classes? They charge $8,000, is what you're telling me.
That's what I saw in the form.
It might be. The state's trying to get a lot of money out of these colleges.
All right, so you need to come up with $8,000 or
Yeah,
something.
well, tuition goes up like 12% every year. So.
Yes, tuition has gone up since we all went to college. Anyhow, so how much money do you have to scratch together left?
Well, right now I just have to make sure I have a steady $1,000. I'm going for the FAFSA.
The FAFSA.
Yeah.
Sounds like some kind of financial aid situation to me.
It does, yeah.
All right, and they've seen you as, yes, you certainly qualify as a young man in need. Seeing that you're living in a trailer, having yourself beaten up by your sister's boyfriend every weekend, your mom's in jail, your dad's nowhere to be found. Yeah, this guy qualifies.
I think so.
We need to have him.
Actually, my dad's helping me out with his stuff that he has for vet benefits.
Oh, that's nice.
All right,
And my mom's not in jail yet.
your dad was in the military, I imagine?
20 years.
20 years in the military.
Submarine.
In the what? In a submarine?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. What was it? Oh, never mind. All right, so you need to come up with how much money on your own?
I need to come up with about $1,000 by the end of the summer. That way for a down payment on my own place, that way I can have all my financial stuff set aside for my first month and also backup money in case of emergency.
He's a man with goals.
That's good.
Yes.
And also finals are in the next week and a half.
All right.
Wow.
So?
Busy guy.
And?
Well, that means by the end of next week, I will know, no matter what my grades are, and I will be done with high school.
Well, there you go. All this on his plate, Terry, doesn't sound like too much, as far as I'm concerned, to be handled by the...
Swagman.
Now, does that mean are you going to be asking to come see us, while
geez.
you're...
He's not...
Well,
I don't get the sense he's looking for any handout, Terry. He wants to
okay.
do this on his own. He wants to wash as many dogs as possible. If that means he has to double up by washing one dog with his hands and one dog with his feet just
Then
to
he'll do
get
it.
to that
I'll be washing
$1,000,
dogs.
that wouldn't be too much to handle for the...
Swagman.
I'm going to still be washing dogs all summer. I'm going to be doing landscaping all summer. I'm going to be making a buck any way I can legally.
Wow.
That's great.
When comes the point when you realize, okay, it's not working out legally, I better start thinking about something illegal? Is that something that's never considered by the...
Swagman.
I never consider anything that's illegal.
You are the type of person that would stop crime as opposed to cause it, right? I mean, that would be what I would hope from the superhero that is known as the...
Swagman.
I think he's probably learned by his mother's example and his sister
I
and
learned from
brother's
my
example.
family.
Yeah.
You've learned from the mistakes they've made, what not to do.
Yes.
Wow.
$300 an hour to escort some Navy guy around? You may do it. It's easy money.
Yes, technically illegal, but, well, I don't know how that is looked at by the law. If he were to escort some sailor around for $300 a day.
Services that come from that, don't necessarily mean that it's illegal.
If you just give him a massage, I think that's technically legal, Swagman.
No way am I doing anything like that.
You don't want to host a sailor.
No.
Okay. It's quicker money than all the dogs you have to wash. You got to keep that in mind. I mean, you'd have to wash about 600 dogs in order to make as much money as you would hosting a sailor.
Well, I get $20 for washing 60. I mean, not 60, I mean 6.
Yes.
And I need 1,000 by the end of the summer. So, just got to figure that out.
All right. Well, it sounds like you're pretty gung-ho about it. Sounds like I get a strong feeling, Terry, he's going to find a way to get it done.
Good.
Don't put anything past the...
Swagman.
So the only thing I need to do is wash 300 dogs, and I'll have $1,000.
Okay.
Or host 4 sailors and you have 200 left over.
Why don't you just host a car wash and say it's all for college and bam. See what kind of money can come up there.
Yeah, well, I'm not very good at car washes.
Oh.
Okay.
Because it seems that last time I would try to wash the car, the person that had it tried to run over me.
Okay. Well, that's probably a bad experience that would cause you to quit the business. Anyhow, Swagman, it sounds like you're filled with enthusiasm. This is the way to be closing out your high school career if you're not going to get laid, and it's the way to begin a college life. Nothing says college better than the OC, I would imagine.
I would hope so.
All right.
You gonna throw a big party beginning of the year at your new place?
Actually, I'm not much of a party person, but I might go to a party
Really?
in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
I might actually go to a party.
All right. There it is, Swagman.
Yay.
Well done.
He's a changed man in college.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in.
Thank you.
We'll follow the course of right up to graduation to the moment they hand him his diploma, Terry.
Wow.
You can have the tape of You can have a tape.
It's okay. So, trust me, all right? Take a breath. Now, Terry,
Yes.
even though it's okay and his overwhelming enthusiasm notwithstanding, Terry, we have followed the course of his life.
I know.
From the time he was born until now. Can you believe it, Terry?
Yes, I'm sitting here going, wow, I can't believe he's actually graduating and
Do you remember the day that we cradled the
Swagman
in our arms, Terry?
I do, and we were
Okay.
like, what did we do?
And now here he is, ready to graduate.
Yes.
Terry, I don't know if I can keep a dry eye watching that.
Yeah.
That born to lose tattoo on his arm doesn't mean anything now.
And unlike some members of the dysfunctional family, I'm actually doing something with my life.
So he's making a very strong reference to not only is he learning from the heir of his family's ways,
Yes.
but he is also listening to gay phone operator, just a walking stupor of a man.
Yeah.
And the 19 other ones.
Not only him, but John also.
And he is trying to make sure he doesn't follow in their footsteps.
Yes.
How about that from the Swagman?
Way to go.
You know what, Swagman? Hang on. Hang on the line. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to fall too far behind early. Is that a good move? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, after we pause, I want to make sure that the person you were making a direct reference to, whether you want to admit it or not, is aware that he is helping somebody out there.
Yes.
By floundering his entire life. It has certainly been not a complete waste of time, Terry, because he's helping out the
Swagman.
Yeah.
During the break, I'm going to plan the party at Swagger's place.
Oh, jeez.
We're going to get crazy like boy band ass at this party.
Can you hang on, Swagman?
Sure.
Okay, Swagman.
Oh,
That's the Swagman, Terry.
Oh, boy.
Sounds enthusiastic. Listen to the gung-ho sound in his voice. Do you hear that?
I know. 13 days left.
Do you know a guy with a foam machine? Or a sand guy?
You used to hear that from a dude who claimed he was going to be hot buff and gay, Terry, but that was
I know.
short-lived.
Yeah, it was very short-lived.
I don't think it's going to be short-lived with the...
Swagman.
I don't think so at all.
The T-Man.
Swagman. Your weatherman here again with your spring break forecast, so let's take a look. It's going to be wet for the next 5 days with highs in the 50s, lows in the 40s. For the next 5 days after that, basically your same thing. So that's basically it for your weather forecast. That's it for me, Swagman, your weatherman. Just a reminder to all SK senior boys that if you want to be Mr. SK this year...
What the hell is this?
Genie.
Bewitched.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's the nose.
Yeah.
Take your call right now.
Right.
Please leave your name and number after the tone. If you're calling from a blocked number, your call will not be answered.
Oh, damn.
Record your message after the...
If that is an incentive to get a blocked number, I don't know what is, Terry. Now, I told the Swagman, the weatherman, Terry, the man about to embark on a post-high school life in Olympic College, if he can scratch together enough dogs and put together enough cash, he will be a proud and esteemed member of that student body, don't you know?
Yeah.
Swagman, you made a reference in the last segment to the fact that one of the greatest inspirations you've had was just the floundering, can't get any kind of momentum going in life man that we know as the gay phone operator as your motivation, your incentive to do well in this world. Is that something that I'm overstating, or is that pretty much the case?
That's the case.
That's the case.
Pretty good incentive. Yeah. I don't want to be him.
I don't want to be like a fellow dysfunctional family member known as the gayest of phone operators. Is that the deal, Swag, or what?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I don't want to be John John.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Now, if you had to be one of the other...
I know.
That's a tough choice.
That's a tough choice, isn't it?
Either you had to
Whoa.
be... Either you had to be a 400-pound, gay, redheaded man. Is there anything else I forgot? Self-defeating, wallow in his own misery, family detached man.
Sausage McMuffin eater.
Sausage McMuffin with a large Coke eater. would you rather be that man,
Sandwich.
or would you rather be a bisexual, drunk, broken back weirdo?
About the broken back.
Oh, yeah, the broken
Is
back.
there a third choice where I can just, like,
No.
pop into
No,
your-
you have to
There's
choose
no
one or the other. Just to remind yourself, just to remind you there,
I
Schwag,
would have
of
to say
what the
John
bro...
John.
Just the bro... Oh, you'd rather be this guy, is what you're saying.
What the hell are you thinking, Swagger? Why the hell would you not want to be like me and be like gay phone operator? Hello, gay phone operators weighing way over 400 goddamn freaking
gee,
pounds.
that's not-
Minus a few pounds he lost. What the hell?
Okay. John is letting you know, Schwager, that this should be a no-brainer, and the fact that you even had to have me finish the statement...
I think Swagger's gay.
Oh, geez.
I think he's in the closet,
right.
and he's bisexual, and he doesn't want to lose the key to come out. Because
John,
you
John,
don't.
you're drunk right now.
You're in a high school.
Schwag, that word can't be said on the air. I had to dump that. But the Swagman is now being asked by John if he's gay.
Right.
And Swagman asked John in return if he's drunk right now.
Right.
And John, we're waiting for a response to that, like we need one.
The response is, I think, Swagger, you are gay.
All right, wait.
I think you're losing the key to coming out of the closet because every time they offer you to go on a date, you refuse. You pass out every time you see some big
Okay. John, are you drunk right now was the question we're still waiting for a response to. Are you drunk right now?
Well, I haven't checked them with the show in about 3 weeks, on my bad. But yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay, you're sober as sober can be.
Buzzed, but not sober.
Buzzed.
but
not drunk.
drunk.
Or okay.
Right.
Now we
Somewhere
understand
in
the
between.
status of
Swagger,
John.
I'm going to lay my legs up. Can you come over and take care of me?
There you go. All right, Schwager.
I picked someone that won't come out of the closet.
That's the man, Schwager. That's the man you choose to be.
Wrong
Better than
choice.
gay.
Better than gay.
wow.
Still sticking to the fact that it's better than.
Jeez.
But at least if you picked gay, I mean, you could make changes. You could lose the weight. You could do all this stuff.
You can do all
Yeah,
the
you
things that
could.
gay has been unwilling.
Available.
Oh wait.
I'll answer the phone.
There's supposed to be some message behind the playing of Bewitched
Well,
as,
you know,
as it
isn't-
pertains to gay's life. Does he just want to wiggle his nose and be thin or something?
Probably.
Well, weren't the Darrens gay?
Oh, geez.
That's the
Darren?
connection.
Both
To take your call right
Oh,
now.
were they
both
both
Darrens were gay?
The tone. If you're calling from a blocked number, your call will not be answered.
Even on his message, he doesn't sound happy.
No, not at
No,
all.
he doesn't.
And he won't even pick up the phone for us?
No.
Pull the website down.
Yep. Guess it's time to threaten people.
Yep.
Do I have to pull his website down, Terry?
Yes, you do.
Is that what I have to do?
Or
I mean, I would like a comment.
shift him somewhere on the, list.
I would like a comment on him at least helping out somebody in this world, helping out helping out Schwager to know what he wants and doesn't want in this world. I would like a comment on that.
Well,
He can't give us a
I
comment?
guess not.
I think he could be at work right now.
No.
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 I don't know.
We know. He knows his work schedule. He's not even thinking about work
Well,
yet.
if he's at work, he'd email us at least or something.
Is he maybe in the shower?
No, Terry.
Okay.
He's not even thinking about a shower.
It's Tuesday, last day of the month. You think he's in the shower?
All right.
So he's still in bed.
He's due for a shower somewhere mid-month.
Okay.
Schwager,
Yeah?
looks like we'll get no comment from gay phone operator. Would you like me to try one last time?
Sure.
All right.
Well, he should be happy that he's an inspiration to somebody. I mean, that's a good thing.
No.
Please hold on. If I'm available, I'll answer the phone.
Yes.
Available to take your call right now. Please leave your name and number after the tone. If you're calling from a blocked number, your call will not be answered.
Are you calling from a block
Record your
number?
I'm not
message
calling from a
after the-
blocked number and my call will not be answered. Why didn't he just change that? If you're calling from a blocked number or if you're the T-man, your call will not be answered these days
There you
because
go.
I don't talk anymore.
All right.
Talks when he wants to.
Sounds like the old school's filling up there, Schwager.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
The last 13 days are going to be highly attended. Is that the deal?
Well, I'm not sure about highly attended.
Oh,
but
days.
There's a lineup.
It's going to get crazy around here.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Now, do you want to make a statement as it pertains to John's accusation of you this morning, or it doesn't even need to be addressed?
Well, the only thing I have to say to John, that I am not gay and I'm not bisexual, and I'm honest enough that I will say what I am over the airwaves, and I will not lie about what I am.
Aha! Wow. So you're saying John is just a walking, living lie / contradiction / drunken fool is what you're saying.
Boy.
Yes.
Wow. Well, of course, we have to allow him a couple of seconds for a
I'll tell you
rebuttal.
what, Swagger, I'll tell you what. I've admitted over the air that I was bisexual. But what the hell are you? You're living inside the closet, living behind the gym.
Well, now, John, just because the guy has not had sex in his life, he's made it very clear that he's just a frightened young, well, not that young anymore.
He's not that young. He's 18 now.
He's 19.
Now he needs to live up and live and learn.
Hey, a 19-year-old could be afraid of sex if he hasn't had any. Yes, you certainly could had to jump. I had to dump all that, Terry. None of that could be aired.
It's a good point, but it just can't be aired.
John's more dangerous in a buzz state than he ever was completely drunk, Terry.
Because when he's drunk, you can't understand what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't really enunciate.
Right.
Swagger, we understand how just because you have not had any kind of intercourse-like moment in high school doesn't mean you're gay. I've explained it very thoroughly, Terry, and the man has admitted to the fact that it's just a phobia of his. It's sex is a phobia at this point in his life. Yes. And although he's attracted to women, it'd be great to hear some kind of comment when I say attracted to women there, Swagger, like a hooray or a... or something, or
a good-looking one that just walked by.
Or a that's right, K-Man, something. So I'll say it again. So even though he's attracted to women, Terry...
That I am.
Oh, just doesn't mean necessarily that he's going to be having sex with them.
Right.
Not yet, anyway. Someday, I'm sure, he'll be a sex machine.
Watch out, OC.
He'll really be the swag man then, huh?
Maybe some time during the course of his run in Olympic College, Terry, he'll be known, instead of as Swagman, as a sex machine.
Wow, wouldn't that be something?
You see that coming, Swagman, or no?
I have no idea what might be coming.
Wow, he's not ruling it out, Terry.
Wow, that's good.
He's not ruling it out that one day he will be a walking, breathing, heart-pumping sex machine.
Can you imagine one day we get a call and all of a sudden he's just changed completely. Hey, what's going on?
I don't really think that's going to be the case, but whatever.
The T-Man.
New video this morning that shows the beating of a Kent man at a rap concert this past weekend.
Now, that man claims that he was attacked by the entourage of the rapper Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Terry, this audio is not great. It has a little feedback along with it, but it's the only audio we have as it pertains to another Snoop Dogg incident. Terry, there's no other way to put it. The man has come to town twice, and the last time he's been in the area, well, at least this may be progress. Last time before this one, somebody died. And this time, somebody got his ass beat down. And seems like he may be setting up a lawsuit or some kind of claim against Snoop Dogg and his entourage. The White River Amphitheater had their inaugural show for the 2005 year over the weekend, Terry. It was their first show of the season.
Wow, what a show.
And Snoop Dogg and his people beat this dude down. I don't know if you've seen this video, Terry, but this dude ran up on stage and just got pummeled.
Well,
they were willing to, like, stop the show. In most shows, they'd be, like, trying to do their best to keep the show going.
Right.
No, the show stopped to beat this guy's ass.
Boy.
New video this morning that shows the beating of a Kent man at a rap concert this past weekend.
Now, that man claims that he was attacked by the entourage of the rapper Snoop Dogg after he was invited up on stage.
I have a broken nose.
Oh, well.
They shut both of my eyes.
Steven, is the feedback too much so you can't understand what he's saying, or can you understand him? Is it audible?
Understand, yeah.
Okay. Can you hang with this audio, or what?
Well, I think I'm going to hang. I want to hear what the guy has to say.
I have a broken nose. They shut both of my eyes.
For 24-year-old Richard Monroe, it's all still a blur. He says he can barely talk, move, or see after what was supposed to be a fun night with friends at a summer concert. He says he was viciously attacked on stage by the entourage of rap artist Snoop Dogg this past Saturday night at the White River Amphitheater.
Right.
King 5 obtained this home video of the incident. Watch what happens during the song Gin and Juice as Monroe walks up and puts his hand on the wrapper.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg had like gin and juice in his hand, enjoying a nice beverage.
Right.
You get a sense he may have a little more of a buzz going than just gin and juice, Terry, at the moment. And this dude runs up on stage and throws his arm around Snoop Dogg, and considering all that's happened in the performance world these days, I mean, even going back to Monica Seles getting stabbed in the back, Terry.
Right.
Nothing can be taken for granted, and Snoop Dogg and his fellas piled on the guy and literally beat the dude senseless.
Wow. Well,
So there are two ways to look at it. This dude is trying to say that he was invited up on stage. Now, the last I checked, Terry, at your hip-hop concerts of choice, I don't remember them inviting 6'3", 250-pound guys on stage.
No.
It's usually some more hoochie-looking individuals that get invited up on stage.
Yes.
All right?
I agree.
I mean, I can't say what happened, Terry. I was not there.
Right.
But I have been at many a concert, and they tend to lean towards inviting women on stage.
Sure.
As opposed to 6'3", 250-pounders.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That guy there in the Iron Maiden shirt, get on up there.
Yeah, you're hot.
As Monroe walks up and puts his hand on the wrapper.
They just beating me, stopping me, hitting me with bottles, hitting me with microphones.
Now that's true. They were beating him and stopping him. I don't know if I don't know what they were hitting him with, but they were just relentless on this dude.
Wow.
And maybe that's where his case may be, not the fact that they assaulted him, because that could be justified. The dude was on stage putting his arm around Snoop Dogg, and the security is there to make sure that doesn't happen. They got to protect their guy.
Yeah, they do.
But if he does have a case, and it certainly looks like that's what's being set up here, it would be the fact that they just didn't relent, Terry.
Right.
They were just continuing to beat down this dude.
It's called drag him off the stage and then leave him alone. Let's not beat him down completely, but...
Well, they got to make sure it's a deterrent, Terry. That if the next guy jumps up on stage, he knows what to expect. So maybe he won't jump up on stage.
Make him an example.
Make him an example.
This is what happens when you jump on stage.
I'm just saying that's what they're thinking.
Yeah, and you're probably right. You're probably right.
And Snoop hit him in the head with a mic. You know, hit him in the head, back of the head with a microphone. You know, then next thing you know, it's just the whole stage was just jumping on him.
They took my diamond earrings out my ear. They took my jewelry off my fingers.
Oh, jeez.
They stole my cellular phone, my wallet.
They took his wallet, Terry.
Oh, boy.
Well, he has a lot of Subway points.
They took the $500,000 I had in my wallet.
Oh, there's a cute picture of him and his kids.
Yes.
I need that.
Well, they have a cell phone. Why not? And he just called the cell phone and say, hey,
Oh, geez.
you know, give it back.
Give us back the diamond earrings. Come
Right,
on.
come on.
We'll call it even.
You have plenty of bling-bling, man.
According to this man, they took his cell phone and his wallet.
Wow.
Man. Well, Snoop Dogg and his papes, Terry, must, well, be pretty hard up if they're taking the man's wallet.
I guess so.
Well, maybe their phones up here were roaming and they didn't want the charges.
Right, there you go.
Well, you can imagine that they're pretty pissed off to begin with. The fact they're looking around, they're like, okay, we're in Auburn. If anyone jumps up on stage, we're beating his ass.
Right.
All right.
Right. But
It's not the greatest place to do a concert, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know if this is their goal as far as where they want to perform, but they did not look happy when this guy jumped up on stage. Whether he was invited, as he says, doesn't seem likely.
Right.
Or not, Terry, they were quick to just pummel the guy.
They stole my cellular phone, my wallet.
The onstage fighting happening in front of thousands of concert goers. Apparently, some of them did not know if the brawl was part of the show.
People think it's part of the show. It's funny. Look at that stage choreography. That's terrific.
It's real.
How long do they have to work on that?
Yeah.
People just out in the audience clueless. Well, this is quite a show.
Well, that's because they're enjoying their gin and juice, okay? They're not like
Some of them did not know if the brawl was part of the show. Monroe says that's ridiculous, that he was obviously being assaulted, and security did nothing to help him.
I don't understand how somebody get hit with a microphone, stomped, hit with bottles. How is that an act?
A lot happening there on stage. Since our story first aired at 5 o'clock last night, we have received several emails from other concert goers from Saturday night who say nobody was invited on stage and that Monroe ran up there without permission, creating the havoc you saw.
Well, how about the fellow concert goers? How about his Peep and the people that were in the audience are just ratting him out.
Right.
Instead of
no support for him.
Instead of taking the local guy's side from Kent,
right?
They're just emailing saying, "No, the guy's lied. He wasn't invited on stage. He just ran up there on his own."
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is. But the other thing too is where is the amphitheater security? Who, I mean, usually don't they have people in front of the stage so nobody can get on?
The amphitheater security were just looking on, going, "Okay, this doesn't look good."
It's part of the show.
Yeah, it's part of the show.
Right. Well, it's a rap concert, so the police probably outnumber the actual concert goers. So I don't know why they couldn't help out or step in.
I don't know. Well, I don't think the show sold very well, so that could be another reason they were pretty ready to pounce.
A little irritated there?
The Snoop Dogg's security of his own, because I think they only sold like 2,000 tickets to the show.
Guys that do security normally have quick trigger fingers anyway when it comes to punching people in the face.
Right.
They kind of live for that crap.
Well, this was not any of the amphitheater security, though. None of the
Snoop security.
Yeah,
they live for that kind of crap.
Not only do they live for that crap, but they have to be on guard because there's been a number of instances of people like who got attacked at the
Dre.
Yeah, Dre got punched.
Yep.
So they got to look out for that stuff.
Show of all places.
If some dude is just running up on stage, throwing his arm around Snoop, yeah, that could be very friendly like gestures, but still, he could just as easily stick a knife in his back for all they know.
Absolutely.
The question is as to where the violence and where the attack should have halted. This dude did not look pretty on this morning's newscast, Terry. His eyes were shut.
I actually have a picture of him in the paper. So,
as he said, his eyes were shut, and whether his nose was broken or not, I guess that could be confirmed pretty easily.
Oh, yeah.
When I jumped on stage at Christopher Cross, I mean, I got pummeled pretty hard. I mean, his guys don't play.
Well, when you get caught between the moon and New York City.
Oh, I did, too.
You got to know that you're going to take your lumps.
You couldn't outrun Chris Cross?
No. He's fast.
The only other question that would be very important for the lawsuit is whether Snoop Dogg is making calls on this man's phone right now.
Right, running up his bill.
And whether Snoop Dogg has some new diamond studs in his ear that really belong to a man from Kent.
Wow.
Well, we have people on the line now that say they were at the concert. Not many people were at this concert, so I don't know how many people can call us.
Okay.
Let's see. And John is claiming he was there, too, which is just a bald-faced lie.
Right.
Yeah, too bad he wasn't the guy from Kent that got beat up.
That would have been a tough one. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I was at the concert, and there was no man invited up there. All of a sudden, okay, first of all...
That's fine, but why are the people who are at the concert so quick to just rat this guy out? Why don't you just mind your own business? Why do you want to take this guy from Kent down so bad?
Because you don't know what he's doing up there. He could have had, like you said, he could have had a knife in his pocket. Or
That's true, but he didn't. And, yes, that's what his security people have to think. If I'm Snoop Dogg, I'm thanking my security for being like, wow, way to go, quick to the draw there, because I could have been killed. You never know what a guy like that is holding in his hand.
Right.
But the case is, that as the case turned out to be, he was not with any kind of weapon. He just wanted to throw his arm around Snoop and show him a little love, which is not obviously something you do. Right. And you realize that you are putting yourself in major jeopardy for doing so. But so now that we understand what the situation is, the guy from Kent was probably, who knows, I don't know if he was a little drunk. It certainly wouldn't be beyond what's reasonable. And he got himself all caught up in the moment and ran up on stage and wanted to throw his arm around Snoop Dogg. Why are people just so quick to just tear the guy down?
Because how many times or how many people would come up there if that was okay to do? Everybody would be coming up there and hanging their arms around Snoop.
So, because you didn't get your chance to put your arm around Snoop, this guy can't either.
The security wasn't doing anything. When the game came on in the first place, the game was telling everybody to get up out your seats, come down to the stage and everything, and people were throwing the exit emergency gates up, and they were, just throwing stuff everywhere. And
it sounds like a great way to kick off the season for the amphitheater.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
It was crazy. It wasn't worth my money, to be honest.
Oh, jeez.
And actually, I did think it was staged in the beginning because it had actually Snoop an hour and a half to come out after the game, so there was like an hour and a half intermission.
Wow.
So what'd you do for the hour and a half? How'd you pass the time?
I went to the beer garden, whatever, but, hung out, talked to other people, but, I mean, it was a waste of money, honestly, because, and then all of a sudden, this happened, everybody bombed on him. I mean, literally, all you saw was like at least 30, 40
So
people
you
on
think this
stage.
guy got what he deserved, and if he tries to put together some kind of lawsuit against Snoop Dogg, he shouldn't get a penny?
No.
Even though he got beaten to a point where it may have been more than what was justified for the situation.
I think, if anything, if he wants to sue anybody, it should be the security at the White River Amphitheater.
That they didn't...
Because they weren't doing
Because they
a dang
didn't step
thing.
up
I
and,
don't
and
know.
stop him from the beginning.
I don't know.
You should have stopped me.
Yeah.
For breaking the law. I'm suing you. Stupid. Sometimes these security places, they hire like a college baseball team.
Right.
Honestly, to be the
Yeah,
security, and then
yeah,
the money
I've
they
heard
earn
about that.
goes to the baseball team.
Right.
So if these are like 18 or 19-year-old kids, they're not going to jump up there and
Like,
Snoop's people.
Yeah, a picture's
Right.
not going to go,
Come on, man.
I'll put my money on Snoop's people.
Right.
Hey, you're on the air.
Right.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, it's the same guy. You know how they have people performing before the show, like little wannabe bands or whatever?
Right.
It was the same guy. He kept jumping on the stage out there, too. He was, like, drunk the whole day. He was drunk since, like, 5 o'clock.
What were people doing there since... Did people think this was Summer Jam or something? That they showed up so damn
No, but
early?
Everybody who was performing, he kept jumping on the stage, so it was bound to happen. You knew it was going to happen.
Right.
They beat him up really bad. It was sad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you probably thought it was part of the show, too, for a while there.
No, it was really sad. Everyone was laughing around me, but I thought it was really sad.
Everyone was laughing?
Yeah, it looks like he was, like, dead or something because they drug him off the stage.
Well...
They may have been close.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll tell you what, though. You jump up on stage at any concert. I don't care what kind of concert it is. It could be a country, even probably more likely a country show than anything else, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't guarantee yourself that you're not going to make it through it alive.
Yeah, Garth Brooks is kicking some behind.
Right.
Man.
They'll just pull out a rifle on you at a Garth Brooks show. They're not pummeling you.
That's right.
Get the noose.
You just get one right between the eyes.
That's right. Don't come up on stage.
The fact of the matter is, you have the... I don't know if you call it balls or stupidity to jump up on stage during any kind of show. There's a chance you're going to die.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Axl Rose has jumped into the crowd to pummel him.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
What were we talking about last week that I said you don't do that if you want to make sure you guarantee yourself you're going to live? What were we talking about last week?
The
Somebody
carjacking
died.
thing.
Oh, yeah, the car.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. Don't steal a car.
Yeah, don't steal a car.
What car?
Not
Carjacking
carjacking, but the guy stole the
The
guy's
guy-
car and got beat up.
Well, yeah.
Who died. Yeah.
The guy was stealing the car outside someone's house.
Right.
Two dudes. One, the owner of the car, saw the guy stealing his car, and the guy died, right? Is he dead?
Yes, he died. Mm-hmm.
Goes under that umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do your best to guarantee your life? Don't be stealing cars and don't jump up on stage during concerts. Scary stuff.
Want to jump up and hug the 3 tenors? I mean, you get what's coming to you.
There's a lot to love with the 3 tenors.
You think it's mistaken as Pavarotti all the time.
And Stephen doesn't want any strangers coming up hugging him.
Right.
Or you may get one between the eyes.
Boy, Pavarotti, really let yourself go.
You're on the air.
They'd say you look
Hello?
great, Luciano.
Right. Sing for us. Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
Man, you should have seen the action this guy was getting. Not only did they beat him and whoop him down, the band kept playing for one thing.
The band played. Well, if the band played on during the sinking of the Titanic, I would think that the band would play on during this too.
Yeah, they had pulled the covers, the curtains behind him and continued to whoop him.
So do you think, based on what you know, that this man is entitled at the end of the day here a little cash or no?
I think he got exactly what he deserved because Snoop didn't know what was going on. He said, I don't know if I
can't hear that.
Jumped the guy that jumped on stage,
Right.
and as they both fell on the ground, 20 other guys at least started kicking him and punching him and doing whatever they had to do.
That is.
So it's all justified.
And again, though, if this guy were to get some kind of cash settlement, that would anger you based on your perception of this, or what?
No, definitely not. He should not have been up there in the first place.
So he shouldn't get anything.
The game had actually stopped his performance, jumped off the stage, and went at it with one guy as well.
Wow, the game's getting into the
So
car.
I fully expected something happening tonight.
But like you said, though, they finally pulled him back and closed the curtains, but still continued to beat down on him. Maybe shouldn't that have been? I mean, shouldn't they have stopped then and just let it go?
They shouldn't have beaten him to the extent that he got as damaged as he did. But they did what they had to do to protect Snoop. Security was nowhere to be seen.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes.
I think it's right what they did.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be jumping up on stage.
And more importantly, sir, did you enjoy the show?
Oh, yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, yes. There you go.
Good time.
Yes.
Feeling good.
Yeah, it's like wrestling and Snoop concert all in one.
Yes, that's what I'm wondering. People in the wrestling generation that we at least were in, I don't know if wrestling is nearly as big as it was, Terry, it isn't, but still, watching wrestling for so many years now, and you just see out of nowhere, there's people running into the ring. With that kind of mentality, maybe that has something to do with people's willingness to just run up on stage without any thinking about it, Terry.
Well,
just
then,
joining in on the fun.
I guess you get, the beat down. Or
Well, yes.
If he ran
get
up
the
on
camel clutch, whatever.
Oh.
If he's running up during all of the performances that night, he should have been kicked out earlier than that.
That would have been really cool if Snoop had the Iron Sheik on the payroll, Terry. You have to put the man in the camel clutch.
Right.
As soon as he ran up on stage.
There you go.
Auburn, #1.
Yes.
I wonder what the old Iron Sheik's doing these days.
But you're probably right, though, Stephen. Stephen.
I have a sense he wishes he could get a gig in Auburn. You're on the air. Hello.
Probably needs it, huh?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, dude?
How much are you doing?
Just doing a little radio show, sir. Don't let me bother you. What can I do for you?
I'm just sitting here. I just got back from doing my paper out.
Well, I'm glad that that's done now. Now I can...
I've been home for a while. I just wanted to talk to you.
Oh, well, here you are. Here you are. I'm doing good, sir, and I'm glad you're asking.
Good.
That's all you wanted to know is about our well-being?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's nice of you.
No.
What was that? Well, now that you got the paper out done, maybe you can afford a better phone, sir. What do you say? Because your phone is giving us a lot of feedback here. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's...
the only time I can really listen, I actually do my paper out.
Well, that sounds like...
I've been trying to win Summer Jam tickets for me and my girl because, our wedding's actually coming up. And I don't have... every time it says, text Summer Jam, I text it and...
Yes.
I never have anything. I never have any time because I'm working all the time. I got to go...
Sir, everyone has a good sob story. Now, maybe not some as big time as a grown man with a paper route, but still... the fact that you have a paper route and a girlfriend, to me, says that you're ahead of the game.
Not only a girlfriend, a fiancé. They're getting married.
Yeah, the fact that you have a paper route and a fiancé, someone's willing to spend the rest of their life with you, tells me you're not the biggest charity case out there.
Right.
And I'm not going to break into the normal standard way of giving away Summer Jam tickets, which is going to be coming up in the next number of minutes for the first caller who gets through on the phone lines. But I do appreciate you checking in, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right.
What? That's not good enough? Our appreciation is not enough. You want tickets.
He's highly.
I want to give her something for our wedding. I want to give her a good present.
You're giving her you, sir.
That's right.
Aren't you the gift that keeps on giving?
I don't know if I'm enough for her.
Oh, jeez. You're not enough for her, but the Summer Jam tickets will certainly tide her over for the rest of her life.
She gets a free paper every day.
You can talk to her. You can talk to her.
Yeah, she gets a free East Side Journal every day, Terry.
Wow.
I want my $2.
Can't beat that.
Okay.
Well, I have 3 jobs, so.
Oh, well.
Wow. Hard-working guy. You know that?
Sounds like there's no time for sleep then right now, sir. Time to get the job number 2.
I have to do. Gotta go quick.
All right, dude. Well,
I do have to go number 2 really bad.
as I said, it'd be nice to hear from you. Wouldn't it be a nice stroke of fate if you get through when the cue to call plays?
All right, when's that going to be coming?
I have no idea.
Don't pay attention to those little things.
I only work here, sir.
Right.
724-8.
Yes.
Oh.
Steven seems to know.
We're a tad late.
724-8.
Well, sometime in the hour.
Yes. Oh, anytime during the 7 o'clock hour, Steven?
I think that's what it means, right?
I don't know. You sound like you had some idea.
I think
we were
that's
counting
what it
on
means.
you. Huh?
I think that's what it means.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a cue to call if we just told him when it was.
Yeah, or 8 o'clock hour. Who knows? Whenever the mood strikes you.
I think that's better.
There it is, straight from one of the 3 tenors' mouths. The rules of the contest.
The T-Man.
It was a historic day at one of the country's biggest races.
Oh, jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen.
There it is, Terry. Start your engines.
Yeah.
Lady and gentlemen.
I know.
Lady and the Tramps. You have, for the first time in a long time, it's happened 4 different times, but they had to make the announcement, lady and gentlemen, Terry.
Yes.
Not just gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Because there was a vagina in the race. Wasn't there now?
She did well.
And for the first time ever, a woman led in the Indianapolis 500. She made a real go of it, Terry.
Yeah, she did. And actually, when she took the lead, everybody stood up and was cheering.
Yes.
Pretty exciting.
Wave that red flag, saying, here comes Barry.
Oh, jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
Rookie Danica Patrick became the first female driver to seriously contend for the win at the Indy 500. Although she came in fourth, she made history as the first woman to ever lead a lap of that race. Afterwards, she talked about her milestone.
It meant that we were like another lap closer and another lap closer and another lap closer to win the thing. But like I said, you got to do what you got to do to finish the race. And I mean, gosh, we were like 16th or something at one point. So I finished fourth. I'm relieved. I'm pleased.
By the way, ratings for this year's Indy were up 40% from last year.
It's a pretty big number.
Yeah, and actually this was...
I told you, Terry, it was the first time in my life I recall sitting down watching the Indianapolis 500. You talked about it last week so much that when I flipped over, as opposed to just passing by it like I would not on an ordinary year, I remembered you talking about how geeked up you were, that there was a woman in the Indy 500, and I stopped and I watched. I think I watched over an hour.
Wow! Good for you!
I didn't see where she was leading with 8 laps to go, Terry.
You didn't see
and
that?
And then choked it away.
Well... Actually, she led like for 15 or 17 laps, and then got passed because of the whole gas situation.
When I was watching, she was like in 12th or something like that. I was like, well, she started in 4th. She's now in 12th.
She came all the way back from 16th.
She's obviously being weighed down by the kids in the back seat that she has to drop off at soccer practice.
Right.
That's not her fault.
No.
She didn't have the groceries in the back of the car. Maybe her car would be as fast as anyone else's, but that's obviously not the case, and that's why I eventually turned off the Indy 500, Terry, and put on something else. But 40% increase in ratings. Obviously, this woman is now a much-needed commodity in the Indy scene, Terry, and they're going to do everything they have to do to keep her happy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If David Letterman has to have sex with the woman to keep her going, Terry.
They interviewed him. He was down in the pits looking all grungy and stuff.
The reality is, how hard do you think he's trying to bang her? I mean, he's putting up a lot of the money for her car, whatever else you put into the mix when you're an owner of a race car team.
Sure.
But he thinks that entitles him to sex with the hot 23-year-old.
She's got a fiance, man.
She does?
Yes, she does. And he was there in the pit or wherever they are with the mom and her sister. And
She's making the Kobe Bryant mistake. She's getting all that success really quick, and she's got to stick with that engagement now.
Guess so.
All right. When she rapes a man in a hotel room in a couple of years.
That'll be interesting to watch her go to court over that.
I don't want her not to tell me that I told her so. Huh? Oh, jeez. Well, obviously, Terry, the fact that she competed, she was there, she was right in the thick of it with 8 laps to go, and she almost won the damn thing. It finally puts a cap on the conversation we've had for so long now, Terry, as to whether Indianapolis racing, IndyCar racing is really a sport or not. It's obviously not if a woman can compete for the title.
Oh, come on now.
I've told you for so long now, Terry, that you can't consider car racing a sport when all you're doing is sitting down, making a left turn. It's a competition. It's a game in some sense, but a sport it is not.
Oh, geez.
And it has just now been proven beyond any kind of reasonable doubt now that a woman has competed for the title and almost took the damn thing all the way.
Yeah, she almost did. But
yes.
of course, you're going to get a lot of people who are going
No
to differ
sport!
with you about that because
it's not a sport.
Holding on to the steering wheel and vibrating as much as it does.
It's there with golf. It's there with golf and bowling. And yes, I'm sorry, even horse racing, Terry. These are all fine competitions of real skill and determination and all that other kind of stuff you want to throw on top of that as far as describing what it is. But a sport, it is not.
Push the gas pedal. Big deal. We do that every day.
It requires a lot of agility to push that gas pedal to the floor and steer with their little arms. You see how
their little arms?
You see how when they show that cockpit cam, Terry?
Yeah.
Do you see how little room they have with their little arms to steer?
Because if they crash into the wall.
I did that growing up in the game rooms of America all over the country.
Prepare to qualify.
Prepare to.
consider myself a sportsman when I was sitting there in the game rooms in the arcades of America playing pole position. Such an athlete.
Well, you don't see a lot of big, hefty men getting out of the old race cars, do you? I mean, you see pretty lean gentlemen. She's pretty lean. I mean,
yes.
Not like.
And hey, and I saw some of her modeling pictures.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
and I have to admit that I may have been mistaken in saying that she wasn't hot. She's pretty hot, at least when she's done up and she's
cleans up well.
And she's posing in provocative positions, Terry.
Yeah.
But who isn't?
Now that's a sport.
Who isn't hot? Even Steven, one of the three tenors, is pretty hot when he's done up and posing in provocative positions, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
So when they showed her Maxim pictures during the telecast of the Indy 500, I had to stand corrected and admitted that, yeah, she's pretty damn hot. But a sports person... She is not, just for being in the Indy 500, Terry. Now, maybe if you told me she was like a world-class football player.
Well.
Because I love world-class football players.
Yeah, do you?
The Olympics are great.
Yes. Then maybe I would then say, okay, I can't deny that she is certainly an athlete.
Right.
But an athlete she is not for being in the Indy 500. But you have to give her just due for making a good run and being right there.
Was the top of the pack like real close together? I mean, could she have been first if she really tried?
She was leading with 8 laps to go.
She was
leading.
With
8 laps to go.
Yeah.
8 laps to go. All she had to do was hang on.
Yep. She was just, like I said, hoping for that yellow flag, someone to burn out or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She ran out of gas.
Yeah, she did.
She was too lazy to pull over and get some gas.
Actually, even the winner, he was coming back around, and this is how close it was. He also ran out of gas and had to have his car pushed to the winner's circle.
So you watched this very closely.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You followed it all the way through.
Yep,
you were sitting there rooting, standing up, cheering, jumping up and down, waving your pom-poms, making it happen.
Yeah.
It's cool to run out of gas and still finish fourth, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and actually...
Well, she was low on gas. I don't know if she ran out of gas.
No, the winner ran out of gas.
The light was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Steve, you know when you're low on gas and you're trying to tear it up at 110 on the highway?
Yeah, you.
You know from experience that it's hard to get your car. You have to work your car harder than you ordinarily would if you had a full tank of gas, right? You're aware of that.
Sure.
Well, now you can relate to what she had to deal with.
Yeah, all the knocks and pings.
There you go. We're not talking about your midsection now, Steve.
The real sport is changing 4 tires in 12 seconds. I think that's great.
I know, huh?
Yeah, they're the athletes in the pit, Terry.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't realize, only after watching an hour or so of this on TV on Sunday, I didn't realize how much of a factor the pit crew is.
Yeah, they're huge.
I mean, the difference between 13 seconds in the pit and 8 seconds, the big deal.
Yep.
They're the ones that'll make you and break you. Getting out there and making a left turn seems like child's play after what they're doing.
That's true.
I have to admit, Terry, I was rooting for her.
Good. It was exciting,
But
wasn't
then when I saw her drop to 12th, I thought it was over.
No.
When I put on ESPN News later to get the Mets score, Terry, and found out she was at first with 8 laps to go, I was shocked.
She even spun out, had to get her nose replaced on her car, still got back in the mix.
She got a nose job during this thing? Still competed for the title, Terry?
She sure did.
She got her lips injected?
No,
and got some Botox, too? Yes.
Man, it was crazy.
If I'd have known she was going to compete for the final checkered flag there, Terry, and I would have thought that there was a possibility of her on live TV tonguing the trophy girl, I would have certainly kept my TV on. Because that's what you do.
What do you do, right?
You drink milk and you tongue the trophy girl, don't you?
Sure, something.
And if you're Danica Patrick, you got to keep up with tradition.
Sure.
If you win this thing, maybe this is her incentive all along, Terry.
Oh.
Maybe this is what motivates her more than anything, the fact that the winner every year tongues the trophy girl and David Letterman.
Probably already done that.
And Reggie Miller.
Oh, wow.
So it's fun for the whole family.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you may have noticed, we played a cue to call. That means somebody in the next couple of seconds is going to win themselves some Summer Jam tickets to a concert that everyone is anticipating, the biggest event for your summer calendar. You're on the air.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. What color am I?
You know, that question always bothers me, Terry, when we're not looking for any particular caller. We're not looking to count. If you want us to count to 93, then you would lose. I'm sorry. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyone who says that is immediately disqualified.
Totally.
Good solid rule.
Yes, it is.
I don't count for Summer Jam. I don't know what that means, but I don't.
We just conduct interviews.
Yeah, we do.
It's an interview process.
Well, you want the right people there.
If you'd like to sit down and hand me your resume and call me Mr. T-Man, that would be fine. Other than that, say nothing. You're on the air. Keep your radio down. That's rule number 2. Rule number 1 is don't ask what caller you are.
Right.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. And you're caller 2, by the way. What can I do for you?
I'd like to win Summer Jam tickets
Why is it so important to you, sir?
because I, too, want to get up on stage and get my ass kicked.
Well, that's an attitude we can do without, especially given the circumstances
Absolutely.
of the weekend, sir. Was this your effort to make a joke, sir?
No.
How can I help you then?
Well, I'd like to win Summer Jam tickets.
Why? What are you going to add to? What are you going to add to our company, sir? Our company of people that are headed out to the gorge on July 23rd to make a day of all days happen. What are you going to add to the mix?
I'm going to add a lot of fun because I am a wild and crazy guy.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, gosh.
I don't think we need any Steve Martin fans.
No.
Take a pass.
Yeah.
I think he's more
With the
likely
arrow
to
in
jerk.
his head.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't really sound like Summer Jam material to us.
I am Summer Jam material.
Oh, you are? Okay, so tell us where we're wrong.
Where you're wrong is that I am really a fun guy.
A brilliant fun guy?
I like to party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I believe I'm going to enjoy this. I would enjoy the concert just as much as anybody else does.
Have you ever been to Summer Jam, sir?
No.
You never have?
Nope.
What was the last concert you went to? Be honest. Don't lie. Who was it? When was it?
3 tenors.
Huh?
The last concert I went to...
The fact that he has to think so hard,
I
Terry.
know, exactly.
But he hasn't done anything wrong to disqualify him yet, Terry.
Okay.
Man wants to go. He says we got to take him at face value. Well, but tell me the last concert you went to.
The last concert I went to was a Third Day concert.
Was what?
A Third Day concert.
What did he say?
His third gay concert. I think I don't know what he said.
Sir, we're not understanding you.
I said I went to a Third Day concert.
A third day?
Third Day is a group.
Oh.
Yeah.
Third Day.
Okay.
Third Day.
Heard of Green Day.
Right.
Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind.
Now they're
yes.
married.
They're Third Day.
Stephen, you've heard of Third Day?
I have heard of Third Day.
And they would be known as what kind of group there?
They are a Christian rock group.
Is that right? Well, that just warms the cockles of my heart.
Well, isn't that a kind of
a Christian rock group.
Now you want to go to Summer Jam?
Yeah, now you want to go to Summer Jam? It's a little opposite, huh?
Well, you can have a whole bunch of different music tastes.
Is that who you are, sir? A man with a whole bunch of different music tastes? Or you're just hoping to see some boobies on that day? What's the deal?
I'm a man with a whole bunch of different music.
What's your true motivation for wanting to win Summer Jam tickets? Are you going to give them to somebody else? Because if you're going to do that, let us know, and then we'll at least start to understand you a little bit better. What is your real motive behind trying to win these tickets?
My real motive behind trying to win these tickets?
Are you going to sell them on eBay? If you're going to do that, let me know.
No, but I really want to go. That's why.
And who would you go with?
I would take my best friend in the whole wide world.
I don't even want to...
Yeah, well...
You my fourth gay concert.
And who's this best friend in the whole wide world?
Well, that's my wife.
Is that right, sir?
Wow,
Yeah.
that's sweet.
And how long you been married?
This year will be 11 years.
Wow, all right, 11 years.
Now, this man sounds like he's a little more up there than your typical Summer Jam goer, Terry, but
Sure.
I am always amazed with how there's an eclectic group every year at
I
Summer
know.
Jam, ranging from young to old, from fat to thin, from...
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Okay. Sir,
Yeah.
I cannot find any reason to disqualify you. If you want to go as bad as you say you do, I have no reason to say that you're lying, and because of that, you have won yourself some tickets for you and your best friend.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Oh,
Okay.
and by the way,
Oh, jeez.
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
Stephen the Dickhead.
But hey, let me go to the Third Day concert,
Now
right?
we definitely should go, Terry.
You gotta open with that. I mean, You don't have to deal with all this crap.
Wow. He learned that at the Christian rock concerts.
Right.
They chanted at those concerts.
The T-Man.
Paris Hilton's spokesperson says she is engaged to another Paris.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Paris Hilton apparently got engaged over the weekend, Terry.
Oh.
Nothing says Memorial Day better than Paris Hilton being taken off the market.
Oh, okay.
To a Greek mogul, Terry. The one that gay phone operator let get away. The one that used to send gay clothes.
It didn't fit?
That he met online. Has now fallen in love with Paris Hilton, proposed to her, and she has said yes.
Paris Hilton's spokesperson says she is engaged to another Paris.
Talk about the house of wax.
Greek shipping heir Paris Latsis. It's a first marriage for both Parises.
Oh, yeah, his name is Paris, too.
Right.
So, as self-centered as she is, Terry, in order to come to grips with the fact that she's in love with herself, or maybe not come to grips with it, she can scream out her own name during sex and not be sure what she's talking about.
Right.
Yes.
No wedding date is set just yet, so the question remains, will they go to Paris for the marriage between Paris and Paris?
Oh, okay, there you go. That's the only question that remains.
Wow.
Did you see, by the way, speaking of the red-headed chub, did you...
Red-headed chub.
Did you see his screen name over the weekend and how defeated and depressing it was?
I think I remember it.
On Instant Messenger? I mean, he's had screen names like It Doesn't Matter Anymore, Terry.
Yeah, it's tough to be more depressing than that.
You didn't see it?
I didn't see it.
I'll tell you this. I don't remember what the hell it was. I can't remember. But it was even more depressing than It Doesn't Matter Anymore.
I don't know if you can do that.
I don't remember what it was.
How can it be more depressing than that?
But I remember looking at it.
Matter.
I remember looking and thinking, man, he found a way to be even more depressing than It Doesn't Matter Anymore.
He's got the depressing thesaurus that they put out, for depressing phrases.
That's what he must have. He must have a depressing thesaurus, Terry. And he has found yet another way.
To make it even worse than ever?
Apparently so.
Wow.
It doesn't matter anymore. Something similar.
Something similar.
My life sucks.
Ask Cheese on that one.
What else is going on in the world, Terry? What else is happening?
If you suspect that your wife is cheating, you can now track her with GPS panties.
GPS panties.
Yes.
And that's like a low jack kind of panty
Sure.
situation? It has a
Yes.
little chip in the panties for your wife to wear.
Right.
Unknown to her, there's a little computer chip in her panties.
Yep.
It's not, even if it's a little computer chip, it's not rubbing up against the VJ or the ass crack to the point where she's uncomfortable or what?
Well, no. It's still undetectable, unnoticeable.
And
However...
Just so how... explain to me how you get your wife to wear these panties. You come home, surprise her with a gift. You haven't bought your wife anything for 6 years, and then all of a sudden you're going to come home with a pair of panties and not have her be suspicious.
And when you go cheating, wear these.
Oh, no, she's not cheating. She's just, apparently, according to the GPS tracker, just straddling a lightning rod right now. I'm okay.
Well, actually, there is an advanced model that can tell you her body temperature and heart rate.
Really?
Yeah. So not only...
And you can sit at home and track her every movement and say, her body temperature and heart rate doesn't get that hot for me.
That's right.
I'm going to kill somebody.
They're called forget-me-not panties.
I'm sure they're very stylish, Terry.
Well,
I'm sure she's going to be very anxious to put them right on because you bought them for her. I mean, she's not going to buy them on her own, obviously.
Well, obviously not.
So you have to somehow trick your wife or your girlfriend into wearing these panties, and I just don't see how that's possible.
Well, by the way, they are sold out currently.
Really?
Yes.
Men are buying them off the shelves at Victoria's Secret like there's no tomorrow.
It's actually from a company based in Tokyo, Japan that is selling them.
They've invented panties with a low jack-like tracker, Stephen.
Yep.
So you can document your wife or your significant other's every move. She's at the drive-thru again.
No wonder she's getting so heavy.
Maybe when she's out cheating, though, she's not wearing any. What do you do then?
What if she takes a crap, Terry? Does the whole thing go kablooey or what? Do you lose your ability to track her?
It doesn't. I'll have to go to the website, and ask maybe those types of questions.
We lost her. Yeah. Okay, we've lost her, We've lost the subject.
Jeez.
But you left quite a load.
Yeah, right. Most women do that, too, I'm sure.
Yes.
Which is wrong.
Well,
I thought it was kind of interesting, man.
I think it's
you're tracking
interesting.
Your kids by their cell phone, now your wife by her underwear.
The whole world is just one big tracking device now. Is that what you're saying, Terry? George Orwell was right with the Big Brother theory, that we're all being watched at all times?
Yeah, sounds like it. I mean, and really, if
I don't think even George Orwell could have devised a world with an underwear with a tracking device in it, Terry.
Well,
No. So if the heart rate goes up, she's cheating.
Apparently so.
Or there's half-price sale on jeans at Nordstrom.
Yes.
I mean, it could be either.
There's only two things that make a woman's heart rate go up.
Jeez.
A hot, dark stranger.
Oh, yeah.
oh boy.
Or a hot, dark sale at Nordstrom. Oh, yeah. Or Macy's. Take your pick.
Well, I'm sure if
I
they
think
can.
it's very accurate.
You don't think so? I don't know. They are pricey, by the way.
Well, I just don't see it as a situation where you can put it into play, Terry. I mean, how do you get your wife or your significant other to wear these damn things?
I don't know.
Put them on. What's this thing poking me? Oh,
I
nothing.
doubt it's
It's the
really
tag.
poking.
Why do my underwears have an antenna? Why do my panties have an antenna, husband of mine? Answer that. That's not an antenna. Anyway, I just don't see the long-term success rate of these panties.
Well, if they're sold out now, you never know. And I'm sure they'll come up with guys' pairs, too, for the ladies. I mean, if you're going to come up with women's, why not men's? Right?
You seem to think it would work in both.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It only works in panties, dude.
Right. You're on the air. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
We're not going anywhere you don't know about.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. You should have figured it out years ago.
Gosh, it was Snoop.
Yes, you're on. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm calling about the Snoop Dogg concert.
All right. We already talked about it.
Well, these people who call and say that this guy deserves what he gets is ridiculous. Not only did he get on there, but security couldn't help him. Snoop Dogg's entourage was ridiculous. Not only did they beat the guy up, drag him back, they overran security. When the ambulance came to pick the guy up, Snoop Dogg, they wouldn't even let the ambulance go. They were trying to flee the scene.
Right.
And the guy was sitting in the ambulance almost bleeding to death.
Well, I'll tell you this. Don't we have a couple of guys on the line that claim that they're the guy that got beat down? Isn't that right? Isn't that what you told me? But none of them you think are the guy that actually is the guy, or what?
Well, I've had about 3 or 4 different calls of people that claiming to be, but I actually have a guy on the line right now. That
How about 3 or 4 different guys claiming they're the guy, wanting to come on the air, claiming they got beat down at the Snoop Dogg concert? All right, so it's on pretty much all the news channels, Terry.
Yes.
It's a big story locally, obviously, and maybe even nationally. Are you telling me none of these guys, of the 4 guys that have called in, are the guy in your opinion, or what?
None of those guys were, no. But I do have a guy on the line now that I've done a little quizzing. I've asked some questions. And
a 5th guy now has come in.
Yes.
And you believe he is the guy?
I'm pretty confident that it is the guy.
What line is he on?
33.
You're going to stand behind this guy?
I am.
So if he...
Dave said, were you at the concert? He said yes.
Ask him if he was
Because the other guys got tripped up by that question.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him, dude. He was there. He says he was.
All right, so wait a minute. So if this guy turns out not to be the guy, if we're able to decipher this guy as just a fraud, like the other 4 guys that you concluded are frauds, what's going to happen to you?
You guys can all beat me up.
Oh, Snoop Dogg style?
Oh, dude, come on, hit me right here. Hit me, baby, one more time.
All right, so call. You want to hear from this guy or what?
Yes.
You do. All right, hang on the line. Let me see if this... What? Oh, okay. This one here?
That's the one.
All right. Hey, what's up, dude?
Hello?
How are you?
T-Man.
What's up, my friend?
Hey, how you doing? This is Richard Monroe, man.
Oh,
This
this
is
is
the one
first
thing
and
I-
last name. He has
yeah.
nothing to hide, Terry.
Right, he doesn't.
Okay, what can you tell us about the events of the weekend, sir?
well,
I had a great barbecue team, man.
Saturday, I took my girl to the Snoop Dogg concert.
So
out
it's
there in,
you and your girlfriend.
Auburn and her sisters. I'm a loyal Snoop Dogg fan. Snoop was calling people to the stage.
Yeah, but dude, as I said earlier, last I remember at concerts I've been to recently, a lot of the dudes want people on stage, but they're big-breasted women and not 250-pound men, right or wrong?
Well, that's true. That's fine and everything, but really, this is not a game, T-Man.
I'm not saying it's a game, dude. I'm just saying that I don't remember many, especially hip-hop artists, to be honest, inviting many dudes on stage.
That's fine, T-Man. So I got on stage. And
Wait, are you saying that he invited you on stage or not? Are you going to stick by that? That this dude?
Yeah, I mean,
are you saying Snoop Dogg waved you on stage or no?
No, not like that. He
Okay.
invited the whole crowd on stage. People could have got on stage.
All right, so he told the crowd, "Come on stage."
Yes.
Calling people to the stage is different than come on the stage.
Yeah,
He wants you up front.
That's fine. And then, I get up on stage and I'm sitting up there dancing a little bit, try to give them a handshake, and then here's the security come and Snoop and Game, and they just attack me.
Well, do you feel like you were unnecessarily assaulted?
No, I mean, it doesn't take all that, man. I got a broke nose. I got, every...
Yeah, I mean, we saw you on the news this morning. You didn't look like it was your best day.
That's not my best day, not at all, T-Man. And
you're just
the security
a huge...
is supposed to detain.
And you want everyone to know you're just a huge fan of Snoop Dogg. You wanted to give him some love, and this is what you got in return.
And exactly. This is the honest truth, and it was rushed to Auburn. I don't know how I got there. They said the ambulance came and took me. My grandmother and my auntie just called me this morning and said you guys was talking about it, so I tried to get through. And everybody's calling and saying they're me. They're not feeling my pain right now.
Yeah, they're not feeling your pain with the closed eyes and the broken nose. You have a broken nose or no?
Yeah, I have a broken nose.
You have a broken nose. And how long would you say from the time you first got touched in a physical fashion to the last moment of the beating, how long would you say the beating went on?
Probably about 15 minutes.
15 minutes. You're saying you were beaten, punches and stomps and everything else, bottles... For 15 minutes is a long time to be beaten.
Yeah, about 15 minutes. T-Man, the security at White River, they didn't even help. They were scared of security. They didn't even...
Well, I would be too, quite honestly.
I mean, but their job is to secure.
Okay.
Right.
Well...
Okay, at point blank, their job is secure. I mean, it's not a laughing matter.
And one could say that as a patron of a concert, your job is to not jump up on stage and try to hug the artist, right or wrong?
I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
Yeah, but a lot of people are fans of concerts, and they don't have the right to jump up on stage. Now,
what happened to the dude that Snoop security killed last time they was up here? They beat him. They killed him, though.
No, Snoop security didn't kill anyone. Someone was just killed in the campgrounds is what you're referring to, but that was not. Snoop Dogg and his people were long gone.
I know how you feel about Snoop Dogg, actually. I know how you feel about Snoop Dogg.
What are you talking about, dude?
I know that's your dude. I mean, I know Snoop Dogg is your dude.
Matter of fact, we're having lunch later today, and I'll do everything I have to do to protect the man.
Yeah, you guys are making grilled cheeses at his house.
I'm not even, I called here because, my boy Hammy told me to call this morning.
Okay, well, I'm glad Hammy called, and Hammy's let me put it this way, Hammy's a lot closer to a friend of ours.
You're talking to me, T-Man, like I was, like, I'm the problem.
Sir, all I'm saying is...
No, I want to hear what you're saying. I respect you. I like your show. Listen to it every morning. So
I'm going to ask you a question. Fans who go to concerts, do all fans have the right to jump up on stage and hug the artist?
No,
yes
let's
or no?
get to the big picture.
I'm just asking you a question. It's a yes or no question.
That's not, but I'm a fan, though.
I understand
a fan's going to do
that.
what a fan's going to do, What about, do I have to end up like this, a fan?
Now, whether it's an excessive beating is another story. Right. Maybe that is something that is certainly something that you have a right to claim. But whether or not, you don't want to answer the question because it's not a reasonable answer to say yes.
I just told you. Maybe I shouldn't have got on the stage. I know after this, I shouldn't have got on the stage.
If it was a 15-minute assault, I'm not going to say that is not excessive, Terry.
Right.
I'm going to take
okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Let's get to, it seems like you're trying to save them.
Save him? I don't care about Snoop Dogg. I don't have any reason to save Snoop Dogg, okay?
That's fine,
Snoop Dogg can save himself, and he can worry about himself. Now,
I'm just saying, T-Man, you've seen the news, you've seen me. Now, if that's with somebody that's just on the stage, I didn't, no violence, no nothing. They try to say I try to
you can't go on the stage.
Come on, man. I didn't come up there with no violence.
But they don't know. They don't know what your intentions are when you get up on stage. From going back years now, they thought some guy just jumped out of the crowd years ago to hug Monica Seles, and meanwhile he stuck a knife in her back. Do you remember way back about 10, 15 years ago when that happened?
That's not my concern.
Well, it's their concern. It's their concern to protect their guy.
There's a video out. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I saw the video, and you were just hugging the guy. I know that your intentions were good.
Okay, thanks.
But
there you go. T-Man, I understand what you're saying.
They don't know what your intentions were.
They don't care. Or nothing like that. You're right. You're right.
If I get on a plane with a giant hunting knife because I'm going to go hunt bears in Alaska and I get detained, then I have no excuse. You can't go on a plane with a weapon. There's a heightened security these days.
T-Man, but listen to this. I don't care what nobody say. You guys down there, listen. I should not end up like that. I don't care what
I agree with you that if it was a 15,
I could have died.
If there was yes, you could have died. If it was a 15-minute beating like you say it was,
they have the audacity to get on stage to pull apart, detain her. They weren't securing. So what were they there for?
If they beat you for 15 minutes, that is more than what was necessary to handle the situation. They should have detained him, Terry, beat him to the point where he was no longer a threat to anyone, and then handed him over to the police.
But there was a... But
don't be telling me that you can jump up on stage at any concert.
Took all my rings off me.
But
it was
the other
assault
thing...
and robbery.
So they took your wallet?
Yes, they took my wallet. They took my house keys. They went in my ears and snatched out my diamond rings and took all my rings off.
So
my
how
finger.
much money and in value with all the stuff that they took? How much are you out right now?
They took about $2,500 worth of stuff.
$2,500 worth of stuff was stolen from this man during the 15-minute beating, Terry.
Wow.
You know, and the thing is that on the White River, there was a screen. It was on 4 big screens.
Hey, we all saw it on video. Dude, their video, apparently they call this amateur video. Well, I don't know if this guy had like a 6 little camera set up there, but it looks as professional as needs to be.
You know what? That's you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there was a lot of people there. But I'm saying, like today, there's going to be a release at the White River. They have a videotape.
Okay, anyway, how about we take some calls and get people's reaction on what they think of the situation?
Okay, no problem.
I have a quick question, though, for him,
Yeah.
because previously other people who attended the concert and saw the whole melee accused him of also, coming up there previously, having to be dragged off a couple of times with the opening acts and so on and so forth.
Is that true or not true? Did you have to be dragged off the stage a few times or no?
No, that's true. I'm gonna tell you this. That's not true. The first time we was on stage, my partners were performing. I got permission to go on stage.
So you were affiliated with a local band that was also performing that night?
Yeah.
I see.
So you got permission, so you're just admitting that you don't have permission to go up on stage with Snoop.
That I'm gonna say yeah to that. Probably not. I mean, that how I am right now. I guess not.
I would say by the reaction, you probably didn't have permission to be on stage.
Right.
Okay.
You did when your crew was up there, and that was okay.
That's not detaining a person.
Mm-hmm. All right, you're on the air with the dude who got beat down at the concert the other day.
Hello?
Yes.
I don't believe in violence. After listening to this guy for 2 minutes, I want to beat him up myself.
Okay.
Wow.
And if he...
Yes. Go ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
I have another question as well.
Yes.
He says that he doesn't remember the ambulance coming, but he does remember 15 minutes of being beat. I find that questionable.
You want to answer that, sir?
Yeah. Are you stupid? They
Obviously you are. You go up on stage.
Obviously you're a groupie. You know what I'm saying? For one, hold on. You know, so
who's a groupie? Who runs up on stage to shake someone's hand? Obviously
you
you're a groupie,
run up
dumbass.
to shake Chuck E. Cheese hands on a regular stage.
You know what?
I mean,
I'm glad you have a black eye and a broken nose because you're retarded.
But listen to how you sound. You're up early in the morning trying to talk about how you kick my ass. You need to go wash your ass.
Wash your ass?
You smell shit.
Well, stinky. Wow. You're on the air. Hello. Yes, you're on the air. What's your name, sir, again?
Richard, right?
Richard?
This is Richard Monroe.
Richard Monroe, who claims that beyond what was reasonable, he was beaten for 15 minutes, Terry.
Right.
When all that was needed was maybe
let somebody try to not be knocked out, getting kicked in their eyes.
When all that was needed was a 30-second beatdown to get him from away from Snoop and away from all danger, he was beaten for 14 minutes and 30 seconds beyond what was reasonable. You're on the air. Yes, hello.
And then give him to security or the police.
Mm-hmm.
T-Man.
Yes.
Dude, I was at the show.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop Dogg didn't tell no one to get on stage. So he basically ruined the concert for all of us. Because we were sitting there watching it. It was going. It was cool.
Oh, my God.
Richard?
Oh, my God, what? What's
Richard,
that,
let him
dick?
run.
You ruined the concert for all of us, dick.
You're who are you, Dickie Dan?
Are you dick? You ruined the concert for everybody else there. How about that $2,500?
Your voice is assy.
Pay back my ticket. My voice is what?
Ashy? You need to. What are you talking about? It don't matter. It don't matter.
All right, one at a time. One at a time. Give Richard a chance to respond here. Richard, go ahead.
Go ahead, dick.
Okay. Or not. It's security's supposed to use my language, T-Man, but not supposed to brutalize somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't take 13 of them.
But
it doesn't take 13 people to beat you down like that.
But Snoop's entourage and security is a lot different than White River Amphitheater security. You have to realize that.
It doesn't matter. Do you hear what you're saying?
Do you
understand? You weren't supposed to be on stage, and you ruined the concert for everybody.
Didn't nobody? Because one person was on stage. There was 14 people on stage.
But
they didn't ruin the concert. All they had to tell me is get off the stage.
Sir,
they shouldn't have got up on the stage.
How did he ruin the concert? Because from what I understand, the concert was ongoing while this beating was taking place.
Exactly.
The concert was ongoing. They had the music going, but everybody stopped rapping. There was nothing else going on. And they tried to keep it going.
So the concert pretty much...
Right after that, they turned the lights on and kicked everybody out.
Oh, really? So you believe the concert prematurely ended because of this incident?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe that to be the case, Richard, that you ended the concert before it was due to end because of what happened?
No, the concert was already almost over. And that's not the fact is I got brutalized up there. You know what I'm saying? By a security, and the security at White River didn't even help.
Sir, you don't feel... Sir, caller, based on what you saw, you didn't feel bad for Richard the way he was beaten, the way you saw him being beaten?
No pity.
No, I'm not, Richard. I'm asking the caller. Let me ask the caller, Richard.
Okay.
Caller, you don't feel, based on what you saw, that this was over the top, that this man you felt sorry for, that no one should be beaten like this? You didn't feel any of those feelings?
You know, to be honest with you, if he got beat down that bad, I'm sorry, but if you'd heard the people in the crowd, what they wanted to do to him, people in the crowd were cussing, they were pissed.
So
nobody wanted the show to end. People in the crowd wanted to whoop his ass worse.
Richard, do you believe that to be the case?
Man, I don't even believe, I don't even believe that's true. I mean, and if this dude,
were you out there, Richard?
Do you still want to beat me?
Well, you're out there, dude. I don't really care.
Okay, I mean, because you're. I mean, I got
everything taken. I got this.
I'm saying though, man. I see you don't care about people, man, because I don't care if he's dead. Listen to what I'm saying. Okay, pump your brakes. Okay, sweetheart.
Sweetheart, nothing, dick.
Yeah. Okay, well, you keep saying dick, same words.
Well,
Come
you
on,
said
man.
sweetheart.
Your vocabulary is
my vocabulary is just fine.
Yeah, whatever. Sure, man, let me tell you something, man. Like I said, if I was your little cousin or one of your family members, you'll be crying like a little bitch. Okay, but if this is not nobody you know, you're selfish. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Am I selfish? That I'm all that. I did everything right. I'm not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Not perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I don't care. Even if I did or was not told, I don't care.
Richard's point is interesting, that if this was a family member being beaten in the way that Richard was beaten, a family member may be horrified witnessing this happening.
And actually, I was reading in the paper that like he said, his girlfriend was with him, and also a cousin or another
girlfriend,
family.
sisters.
Something like that.
Whatever.
And what was interesting, I mean, they stood by. Is there a reason why they didn't have security or the guy that was with you say jump up there and try and help, or was it just too overwhelmed?
That would have worked.
Well, I mean,
good
question.
Snoop in there, you know what I'm saying?
All right, you're on the air with Richard Monroe. Go ahead.
Yo, T-Man.
Yes, sir.
The problem with the dude is that, I've worked security before in Houston, and he's one of the problems that we have at concerts. He thinks he can just hop up on the stage and do what he wants to do, and then he got handled. Now he wants to say, oh, well, the security should have helped me. That's not how it works. You shouldn't have got on the stage in the first place.
Well, let me tell you something.
Oh, jeez.
Look, okay, how are you going to, you're security, right?
Right.
You were,
right?
And I see
right.
Exactly. That's all I have to say. You're not anymore.
Right.
Yeah, you moved down. Now you're concession.
He's been demoted, Terry.
Actually, dude, I'm doing just fine because you're the one that's all.
No, you know what though? This is the thing, man. I'm pretty sure you.
All right, give Richard a chance to respond. Go ahead.
Sure
yes.
You wrote Snoop Dogg 5, 6, 7 fan letters. You groupie bastard.
Why is everyone a groupie that takes Snoop?
This is just because of Snoop. I lied. I did like Snoop. I was a little fan, but you know what? When I seen what he did to me, man, I seen that he wasn't real. You know what I'm saying?
So, Richard, you're saying because Snoop Dogg is so beloved, that's why everyone's taking Snoop Dogg's side.
Exactly.
All right, he's getting a lot of call waitings right now.
Hot number right now.
So apparently you have a lot of friends that are checking in with you right now.
It's the lawyer saying, shut up. You ain't here with my pain. You're not here. That's because you're talking you're not in pain. You're not swole up. Your eyes ain't shit. Your nose ain't broken.
Who are you talking to? The caller? The caller's gone now. I hung up on him. My face is swollen if it makes you feel any better.
I'm ready for this. You're going to have a good show this morning.
Well.
Oh, boy.
Yes,
a real
to
good
you.
one.
Mm-hmm. Richard, would you like to continue to take calls, or is that more than the sample you need?
Take calls until I go down and see this lawyer.
Oh.
See, man, I'm on it. My boy Hammy, you know ham and cheese. That's my partner.
Yes, we love the ham
sandwich,
sandwich,
call,
man.
Rick. I'm here, man. Let's get this show going.
Okay, you're on the air.
A bunch of jokes and everything. I'm in pain, but
The man wants to do stand-up comedy even in his most painful hour, Terry. You're on the air. Hello.
Let's do it. All these groupies.
Hello?
But some would say you are, though, sir.
Wow.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
How are you doing? What do you have to say to Richard Monroe?
Oh, jeez.
Well, Richard, first of all, I do feel sorry for you.
Okay, thank you. I don't need the pity, but thank you.
I know that you were wrong for getting on stage, but I do know what happened after you got backstage and when you tried to leave.
Oh, do you? Well, won't you tell some people what happened?
I saw you coming through on the push cart. You couldn't even see your eyes. Your whole shirt was bloody. Your face was bloody from head to toe. They would not even, Snoop Dogg's entourage jumped through and would not even let them get you out to the ambulance, and they would not let the ambulance leave. The state patrol was there.
You're the same lady who called a second ago, or no?
Yes.
You are. So why you call back? You already had your time.
You put me on hold.
Oh, I did. I put you on hold. All right, I punched up a lot again. Okay, well, she's a fan. She's not a groupie because she's a fan of yours.
No, I said she's not a group. I didn't call her a
No,
groupie.
I know. But anyone who takes the side other than yours, Richard, you're calling groupies.
No, I'm not saying she's a groupie. I said
I know, not her, because she's on your side.
Yeah, she's not.
But anyone, but Richard, so far, Richard, anyone who's taking a side other than yours, you're calling a groupie. Is that fair or no?
Because if I seen the videotape.
Well, but then again, tell us why you jumped on stage. You claim is because you're a loyal fan of Snoop.
I am a loyal fan.
So some would say that is a groupie move.
You have to understand. I got beat. Okay.
Yes.
And for anybody to say, "Oh, it was my fault that I got beat like that," for a security is supposed to detain. Okay, detain. Okay, one or two of them securities could have just pushed me off or whatever. Other people came, 13 to 14 people were on me.
Mm-hmm.
For what? I didn't swing at anybody.
It's going to be an interesting debate, Terry.
Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting debate because he believes that, yes, maybe something should have happened to him, but not nearly to the extent that happened, and that's tough to argue against. But if Richard claims that he shouldn't have been handled in any situation, well, Richard, you're sadly mistaken. You would want your artist protected, too. If somebody jumped up on stage.
You gotta understand, like that's almost death.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I was on the verge. They wasn't in the Auburn hospital with me, but hooked up.
But so Snoop should have said to you, "Please, sir, would you get off the stage now? Thank you."
You could have said, "Get off the stage." I would have gone off the stage. I didn't come up there with violence, man. That's what I'm saying. I didn't come up there with violence.
Richard, hang on the line, my friend.
Okay,
all right, there he is. Soon to be a dysfunctional family member, I can tell you.
think?
Yeah.
You shouldn't go to a rap concert at a place called White River. Probably a bad move.
Maybe that's what's needed to be understood here, yes.
The T-Man.
Terry, here's a situation.
Yes.
Where we have what I believe is a tight-knit community here in Western Washington. Mm-hmm. We are one family, don't you know?
Sure.
And yet, after witnesses, upon witnesses, saw this man get beat to a pulp, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
They witnessed him being beaten beyond recognition to some degree, Terry.
Right.
All the callers seem to be like, "Oh, you dick, you ruined the concert!"
Yeah.
Should have gotten beaten worse. That seems to be the consensus here. Mm-hmm. Why? When a local product like Richard Monroe, Terry, never hurt a fly, I would imagine. Right, Dickie? Richard?
What's up?
You never hurt anyone, have you? Have you hurt anyone in your life?
Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect.
Okay.
But I know on the 28th I didn't hurt no one.
All right, so he was just up there to give some love, Terry, and people in the crowd that are calling the show watched him.
Hey, T-Man.
Watched him being beaten, and yet they're all against him, Terry. Why should that be?
T-Man.
Why should that be, Richard? There ain't no holler back.
Man, all I got to say, hey, I got to get out of here right now, man. I got to go to the hospital, man.
He's going back to the hospital, Terry.
I'd like to, you know what I'm saying, just tell everybody from the drop zone, I'm all right, man. You know
Okay.
it's going to be all right.
Richard's going to be just fine.
Good to know.
There you go. Hey, Richard, thanks.
You can call me anytime you want to.
Thanks for checking in, sir.
All right.
Okay, there he is.
Wow.
Richard Monroe, Terry.
Yeah.
He's the dude who got his ass beat at the Snoop Dogg concert by Snoop Dogg and his entourage.
Mm-hmm.
He has no more time to take calls, Terry. I think he's appearing on The View, and that's why he's leaving us. He's going to be sitting with Joy Behar and telling his side of the story to her.
Right.
Happy your eyes are swollen shut so you can't see Star Jones' physique.
Hey, now.
Right.
She's trimmed down, you know.
Right. Is that right? She's following the footsteps of Oprah here.
Sure.
She looks fantastic.
I'm just amazed that there is like 73 lines of people just wanting to tell this guy that he should have been beaten worse.
Wow.
Is that the way it should be, Terry?
No, it shouldn't be, but unfortunately it is.
Everyone knows it doesn't matter what kind of concert you're at. I mean, you go to Ozfest and you jump up on stage, you'll be lucky if you get off the stage alive. That's just the end of the story right there.
Go to Josh Groban.
You go to Dave Matthews. They'll beat you beyond recognition, Terry.
Right.
With their bongs. Right over the head.
You're killing my buzz, man.
Beat you with a Birkenstock.
You go to a country show and they'll shoot you with a shotgun right between the eyes. They ain't even bothering to beat you. They ain't no hollaback girl.
Definitely not there.
And Richard Monroe, as caught on tape and being shown all morning by King 5, is showing the best footage that I saw. Mm-hmm. Well, now they probably have the Today Show on, so I don't think Matt Lauer really cares. But anyway, the dude was beaten beyond perhaps what he feels was reasonable. Mm-hmm. Now, everyone on the line seemed to think it wasn't enough.
Right.
The fact that he's capable of calling the show this morning shows that he should have been beaten worse, according to the people, Terry. And I am amazed by their reaction.
Yeah.
But using your own advice, the best way not to get beat down is to not go on stage.
Not go on stage.
Right.
It's usually a pretty safe outlet.
Yeah.
The silver lining is he gets pain pills for like the next 6 months.
Well, something tells me I'll find a way to. You're on the air. Hello.
You don't need to get beat up for that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
A lot of people want to comment, even if Richard had to go this morning to appear on Good Morning America. Yes, you're on.
I'm Sabrina.
Hi, Sabrina.
Hi. I wish the caller wouldn't have hung up because even though, I wasn't there at the concert, but I seen it on the news.
You saw it on the news this morning? Yeah.
There is no way that guy should have been beaten like that. And I'm surprised at how all these people are calling saying he should have been beaten worse. I mean, yeah, he shouldn't have got up there on the stage like an idiot, but does it make sense for people to beat him like that? I mean, punch him in his face and kick him off the stage. Is that enough to make sure Snoop is all right? You can see that he was just trying to give him a hug, but still, he shouldn't have been up there on the stage. But I'm just amazed at how many people is calling saying he should have been beaten like that.
The question is, yes, was there that point where it was enough, he was no longer a threat to Snoop or anyone in the crowd, and they continued beating the guy? Mm-hmm. Was there that point that they went beyond?
Yes.
You believe there was?
Yes, I
So
do.
then Richard has something to cry about. He has something to scream about. He has something to be mad about, Terry. So both sides were wrong. Richard was wrong for jumping up on the stage, and he deserved a beating, but the beating he got was more than he deserved.
Right.
It's a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how Gwen Stefani would handle the situation, Terry. I hear her roadies are pretty tough, though.
Whoa, well, guess we won't be jumping on stage with her.
But I'm a fan, so I have the right.
Not a groupie, but a fan.
Right. I have all of her albums.
Yeah.
Everett, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes.
I think Richard Monroe's an idiot.
Okay.
He should not have done that.
All
He
right.
ruined the concert for everybody.
Whoa.
Everyone who went to the concert is so pissed at Richard, Terry, because they
Right.
believe that their entertainment dollar was cut short there.
Sure, right.
So you really believe the concert would have gone on how much longer if Richard Monroe hadn't gotten up on stage?
Well, the game, he said, oh, wait, the concert's not over. Everybody stay here.
And then it was over.
A couple seconds later, the lights came on and everybody had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have went on longer.
Well, still, even with that being said, even with that being the case, do you have any part of you that feels sorry for Richard or no?
Yeah, he shouldn't have got beat up that bad.
All right,
He should have
then.
got beat up.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
He got beat up pretty good. There's no denying that. The guy was on the news with two swollen shut eyes, with a broken nose. He was crying to the TV news cameras, Terry. The man was shaking visibly and physically.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's not right.
But if you could have had the beating as it was and the concert still to go on, which would you have taken?
What was that?
Oh, never mind. Too deep a question with this time of morning.
Yeah.
I think we've covered all angles of this, Terry, and Richard had to go.
Yes, he did.
Yes, but he said he'll perhaps be there whenever we need him.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of exciting.
Right. Oh, jeez. Terry, what else is going on in the world, please?
Got a story out of Nashville, Tennessee about a mother who got arrested because she hired a stripper for her 16-year-old son's birthday party. Guess that's not good to do.
Thank you, Terry, for the editorial comment.
Because of all of the kids invited are under the age of 18,
Yes,
so that's all
we understand the reason
illegal.
why it's not
So
good to
there
do.
you go.
Yes, we need further
Well,
explanation.
some people would say, hey, you've got a really cool mom. She hired a stripper.
Yeah, the
hey,
other
I'm there.
16-year-olds would say that, Terry.
Absolutely so.
And I can't lie to you and say I'm not going to be tempted to hire strippers for Corey Haim-Tepper's second birthday party, Terry.
He won't be there, but...
Right. Jaden won't be invited to his own birthday party, but I'm tempted to invite strippers there, Terry. And I'm sure the other 2-year-olds will be very much thinking I'm the cool dad for doing so. Now, how, this is a single mom, or was there a dad anywhere to be found here?
Sounds
or no?
like she is a single mother.
Mm-hmm. How old? Does it say how old the mom is?
34 years of age.
34, meaning that she had the kid at like 18 then, huh?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
And the stripper works under the name of Sassy.
Sassy?
Sassy.
She could have done better than Sassy, Terry.
Well, she got Sassy for $150.
She's not named after a car. I'm not interested.
One of the 16-year-olds tried to hug her and got his ass kicked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wait till you try to bum rush Sassy, Terry.
Oh, man.
Just try to
Her
give
entourage,
try to give her a hug. Wait till they do those 16-year-olds. Drag them backstage, pummel their ass.
Well, she got busted because she was taking pictures of this little incident here.
Yeah.
And took them to the drugstore to get developed, and you
want to keep your 16-year-old birthday party camera-free if you're hiring strippers.
Well, maybe she's into, scrapbooking, wants to make it a memorable thing for
them
them.
out at home.
Nothing says scrapbook better than the stripper picture next to the pin the tail on the donkey picture.
Right.
Oh, and are they pinning the tail on the donkey?
Oh, yeah.
At this party, baby.
We're still getting Darius fun for his 16th birthday, right? We had the fun together.
Well, we're not his parents, so we're allowed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that it?
We're not his legal guardian, Terry. This woman was responsible for not only her 16-year-old at this party, but the well-being of these other kids.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that attached to our responsibility little tag, do we? So strippers, yeah, no canceling.
Nice.
What else? What else is happening, Terry? Is this woman going to do time, or is she just?
Well,
gonna
she's
do
defending herself. Of course, she's saying, "Hey, it's a bunch of bull. She didn't do anything wrong." And she believes.
Does she admit that she hired the stripper?
Yes, she said, "I tried to do something special for my son. It didn't harm him."
This is her parenting decision, as far as she's concerned, and the law should not step in the way.
There you go.
Stephen, your thoughts?
Although it may have harmed the other kids that were at the party with their parents who don't particularly care for them.
No, there ain't no holla back, girl.
If Stephen was in the crowd at 16.
What's interesting...
What is that? It's a girl.
Yes. Yes, Terry.
I was going to tell you that actually the grandfather was even in the crowd.
Oh, I bet he was,
so,
Terry.
That was kind of interesting.
He didn't even know he had a grandson until that day.
But glad he does.
Wow, so what else is happening?
According to a new study, cool kids get in a lot more trouble than those deemed nerdy.
Because their mom hires strippers to their birthday parties.
I guess so. In fact, researchers say that the results of their study contradict traditional views about the benefits of being a so-called cool kid.
Cool kid's a bad thing.
Yeah, it actually is.
You're gonna get yourself in some damn trouble.
Yep.
See, I wasn't one who would have been considered a cool kid, Terry, and I got in no trouble.
Oh, that's good. And now look at you.
Yes, still getting in no trouble.
Right.
Every day after the show's over, I get called into the manager's office to be talked to about how I've gotten in no trouble again.
Good.
Another clean day.
I am just a walking success, Terry.
And a gold star on that little chart.
Yes. Terry, nerds never leave the house. How are they going to get in trouble?
I'm just telling you.
Nerds are never invited to anywhere. How are they going to get in trouble, Terry?
That's true.
Of course. All of a sudden they came out with a study that cool kids get in trouble. Right. Of course they do cool things.
Yeah. They say that popular teens are much more likely to drink, smoke marijuana, shoplift, and vandalize property.
Cool.
The T-Man.
Crazy Frog Axel F is set to be the first song for phones to cross over to the mainstream charts.
Right.
It's expected to beat out Coldplay's new release Speed of Sound, which you're hearing right now, for the #1 spot.
That's pretty big. Coldplay's album is supposed to be doing pretty well, but not good enough to beat out the ringtones, Terry.
Yeah, that's
ringtones rule.
It's so weird.
Getting there, yeah.
A ringtone little jingle, whatever you call it. I don't even know what it sounds like. Axel F, something or other. Is it from Beverly Hills Cop or something like that?
I don't
It's called
know.
axelfrog.com.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's
Well,
called.
it's going to be number one on the charts. Because now ringtones are your best way to make it in the music industry than anything else.
And that's amazing.
No longer will artists be calling radio stations to try to get their music played.
Mm-hmm.
They'll now be calling Nextel to have them put it into ringtones so that they
Right.
can make it on the charts.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable is right. Do you know what they're talking about here? What ringtones are going to be number one on the charts?
I haven't heard it, but I know what they're talking about.
Also from the UK, a ringtone called Crazy Frog Axel F.
Crazy Frog Axel F. Someone's got to download that for me and let me hear what it sounds like. Because it's going to be number one on the charts, Terry.
Wow.
Ringtones have crossed over to the charts in a big way.
It's set to be the first song for phones to cross over to the mainstream charts. It's expected to beat out Coldplay's new release, Speed of Sound, which you're hearing right now, for the #1 spot.
For the #1 spot.
Man.
You can't even dance to it.
Coldplay's wondering, now which band beat us out
Yeah,
again?
I know. Why aren't we number one?
Coldplay had every expectation to be number one on the album charts and more of the music charts, and they lost out to some ringtones.
It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. We're going to download those ringtones? All right, thumbs up. Looks good to me. Stephen, are you familiar with these ringtones?
I'm not, no.
Well, apparently a lot of people are.
Oh, like, yeah. I like the ring.
Whoa.
You all right there, dude?
I don't know.
Did we interrupt something? What's the matter with you?
Are you all right?
I don't know. Something just happened to my breath there. I don't know what it was. I apologize.
Kill breath, in a sense.
But I think I'll be okay.
Are you sure?
Do you need some medical assistance?
Hold on a second.
Are you choking?
No, I think I was, though.
Because Terry will run up and give you the Heimlich maneuver.
I think I was choking, but
You
I'm
were?
fine. Yeah,
On what?
Well, I don't know. It's just sometimes when you are, I don't know. Just go ahead. Dump all of that.
Jeez. We almost had a death on the radio. That was rad.
My God.
Let's try it again.
Well, it kind of skipped, and then there was like no breath, and then all of a sudden everything was fine.
I
I don't
you
know.
seemed a little panicked.
So but it's fine
Imagine
now.
what Coldplay's going through. Terry.
I know.
But it's
You're
all
more
fine
than
now.
a little
I
panicked.
think it's all good now.
You're good? You made it through the danger period?
I think so. I mean, it's happened before. I think I should probably have it checked out at some point.
Well,
but-
your windpipe is closing on you?
Yeah.
The cellulite's closing it in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It could be a thyroid issue. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
jeez. But you're okay now. We don't need to
It
worry.
seems like it. Yeah, I don't really notice anything
Pacey's
different.
still on his way up to give you mouth-to-mouth, so
Okay.
just tell him no when he gets there. I'm ready, dude.
Okay.
But I like the ringtones they give you.
All right.
That was going to be my point.
What's that now? I think the point is long since needed. But anyway, whatever. Terry, what else is going on? Seems like Kilbreath is not going to die.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
Although I was concerned for a moment.
We all were. It caught us
Seriously.
off guard.
It did.
I almost heard him struggling for a second there.
I know.
I sensed it, Terry.
You did.
And yet I didn't even make an attempt to leave my chair.
You sat right there.
Okay.
Just making sure
No,
he
it's
was
one of
all
those
right.
Weird things.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
get it checked out there, buddy.
All right.
I have an appointment this week.
You do? So you're already on top of this?
Oh, yeah.
So it's when you eat?
No, I mean,
it's not
it was
going
just
down right or something?
It was just like sometimes it's hard to catch your breath. I don't know what the deal is.
So there's
but,
nothing to do with eating? It's just at any...
No, I wasn't eating anything.
At
It's
any
just
given
odd.
time, you just kind of lose your breath.
Well, that's scary,
That
man.
is.
Out of nowhere, for no given reason, you'll just lose your wind.
Well,
and
I mean,
be unable to breathe.
It may happen like because I was running back from the bathroom and all of that kind of stuff
You
too.
were,
So
I don't know. I've never seen the man run in his life.
well, that's part of the problem.
But you were running.
Yeah, and then I had trouble with the door and everything, and then so it was like panic attack and the breath thing, and then all of that all
So this,
wrapped into one.
this is something you're aware of, though, because you have an appointment.
Well, I mean, it's my usual checkup. My yearly thing.
Yearly.
This happens in June, so.
But you're going to let your doctor
Oh, we're going to talk
know.
about this as well.
Yeah.
Who was a usual checkup? All right,
A
whatever.
yearly checkup, yeah. Don't you?
No.
Don't you get the little, turn your head and cough thing?
No, I'll leave that to you and your doctor, okay?
Okay.
Yes. Do you write each other love notes afterwards, Stephen?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yes. What else is going on, Terry?
Got an interesting story out of Port Richey, Florida. A music store manager has been charged with selling an elderly woman who suffers from dementia
Yes.
11 organs. Apparently, she would keep coming into the store, and even though she bought one, he
those
just,
kind of organs, like piano organs.
Yeah, piano organs.
There's
The
a heart,
musical.
kidney, liver.
Well, I did say music store manager.
Yeah.
And so even her family.
So she's like senile, and she keeps going back to buy the same product.
Yeah, Alzheimer's.
And, dementia and Alzheimer's, yeah, maybe in the same family, but different. But she keeps going back to buy the same thing that she's already bought. It has no, she has no
recollection of
recollection,
buying it.
yes, of buying it.
Yeah.
And
he, instead of him saying, no, ma'am, you were just in here and you've already bought it.
Well, he's a salesman, Terry. He's got to make ends meet.
Come on. It is wrong. 11?
You see that as very wrong.
You think?
So if he had stopped at 9, you'd have been cool with it.
How about you just stop after 1 and say, ma'am, and call the family.
What does he know? She could be a collector. And yes, it's the same product, but still, you don't know what people do in their homes. Maybe she has, some need for 11 of the same organ, for all he knows.
I mean, when the family actually pleads with him to stop, begs him, and know they knew that, he was doing this.
Her family knows that she keeps going back to the same store to buy the same organ and asked this guy to stop selling it to her, and he didn't stop.
Right.
Well, that's then the family's job to tie her down or something, or make sure that she is not going to the same store. Let it be put on them, Terry. I blame them more than the sales guy, who's obviously on commission and try to do his best to jack up the paycheck from week to week, Terry.
Boy, Mrs. Johnson, you look like you're in the market for a piano.
This would be perfect for you. Right. I have a feeling you're going to like it.
Right. They probably sell 4 organs a year,
Right.
You think I can reach the pedals? I'm sure you can reach the pedals.
You could yesterday.
Something tells me we have your favorite color.
Well,
that is so wrong, though.
I think, yes, it's wrong, but that doesn't mean it should stop this guy from selling it to her, Terry. He's a salesman. All right? Salesmen have done much more sleazy things than selling the same organ to the same lady. Obviously, she's got the money to buy it, Terry.
Well, still, that doesn't matter. I mean, would he like it if it happened to his mother? No.
If she's rich, does that factor in? Let's say she's not...
No, it's still a terrible thing to do.
No, I don't think it's terrible if she's rich. I think that's very relevant here. She's got, tons of money, and she's not going to miss the money that it costs for these organs. That's not a terrible thing. If she's dirt poor and she has Alzheimer's and it's costing her last dollar to buy these organs, and then that's definitely a factor here. So he's got to look into her bank accounts.
Well.
And decide what the right move is. He's still a salesman, Terry, and whatever it takes to make the sale.
The fact that she can't get around her house now because of all these organs.
I know.
You would think Alzheimer's or not, dementia or not, Terry, the fact that she's got to run through a maze of organs would remind her that she's bought more than one.
Still, I just think that's really mean. You don't need to do that.
Hey, really mean, fine. But at the end of the day, this guy has a job to do. And the fact that he's salesman of the week for the past 7 weeks, Terry.
Jeez, he sold another!
Right?
The fact that now he says, well, you may as well buy 2 in case you lose one. That's his great upsell.
So you're telling me this woman, Stephen, easy now, you may lose your breath. Are you telling me that this woman keeps going back to buy the same damn organ? I can't believe that story. I can't believe this woman. I mean, I've heard of Alzheimer's patients having their difficulties, Terry.
Yes.
But the fact that she shows up at the same store to buy the same organ 11 times.
I
know. But
for him to, invite her in and knowing.
Invite her in? Is he setting a car for her?
Hell no,
a sale today.
Regardless.
Sending her a flyer in the mail every week?
It's just, I think that...
Let me see the story, for goodness sake, please. To the newspaper? 11 organs. Yes. She spent about $25,000 on organs.
I know.
She's only gotten half of them, though, Terry.
Well.
So not 11. She has 6 at her house.
Yeah.
God, you guys, come on.
Oh, she does have Alzheimer's, Terry. Yeah, I guess dementia and Alzheimer's are pretty damn close.
Yeah. Not good.
Are they the same thing?
Pretty much.
Yeah, not good.
There's no differences? Or are there?
Well, I would assume there are differences.
I think it's like the same family. You lose your memory.
Okay, 79-year-old Jacksonville woman. Okay. Well, maybe he was wrong.
Yeah.
Does she play them, though? I mean, does she know how to play and all that?
No. She plays the flute. That's the funny thing.
But that Mr. Carmichael sure has the touch on the selling. Boy, he's magic.
I don't know. I think in 100 years, you're going to see this guy on the first page of the How to Sell handbook, Terry.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Exploiting sick women.
Good morning, Porta Potty. Speaking of sick women. Yes. How are you, sir? It's been a couple of weeks or so since your last check-in with the show.
You know, keeping busy trying to pay them bills.
Is that right?
That's right.
Yes. And how is that working out for you?
It's working out all right.
You save up enough for 11 organs?
No.
Because we've got a few.
What about 11 teeth?
No, I ain't even save up enough for one tooth, man.
Really? So how much you have put away since you've been working as hard as you've been working?
$150.
$150.
Jeez.
You better call the tooth fairy.
It takes like $500 for a tooth.
Well, what are you doing with the money you're making? What are you spending it on?
For rent.
For rent. So
Yeah.
it goes hand to mouth to your bills and your rent.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. But you have put away $150.
Say that again?
Never mind.
Okay.
Not worth repeating, trust me. And how's your love life, Porta Potty J?
You know. You know how it goes. Every other week I call, every other different story I tell you.
Could be worse. You could be choking on your own breath without any warning.
Yeah.
Steven almost died on the program this morning.
Who did?
Steven, he almost suffocated right before our very ears.
Why? Because gay phone operators stank ass.
Oh, man. Why do you need to... Why do you mean...
Pretty much, yes.
Why do you need to mention gay phone operator, Porta Potty J? Where was he brought up in this conversation?
Because I hate him.
Mm-hmm.
He must be on your mind all the time.
Can't get him out. You're
Gosh, consumed.
Only when I'm on the T-Man Show line.
The fact of the matter, Porta Potty J, is that the last time you lost to gay phone operator in the game of Who's the Dummy,
Yes.
a gay phone operator has not been sticking on you to make you pay up your bet. He could be doing that. He could be be hounding you day after day to sit there in front of a webcam eating corn on the cob, dressed in drag. Wasn't that the deal?
Yes,
that was the deal. And the deal also was that you had to get the webcam to me within 3 months.
So he should be your best friend right now that he hasn't sent you the webcam and is letting you off the hook.
Hey, that's on him. Yo, it ain't nothing. That's just a little 24-hour thing. I'm ready to do that.
So you're ready to do it?
Ain't nothing.
Well, then we may have to send him the webcam, Terry, if Gay's not going to send it to him.
There you go.
Time's running out.
Oh, jeez. Now all of a sudden, we're on a time schedule.
Hey, no, I've been talking to Pasty about it, and he knows time's running out.
How is the lovely Crystal? How is she doing in your life?
Just got out of jail.
Oh, jeez. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Huh?
Is that a positive or a negative that you just got out of jail?
It was a good sex thing.
So you've had sex with her recently?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And are you two trying to rekindle that flame that it was rekindled and then put out and rekindled and put out and rekindled? You get the point.
That candle burned out a long time ago.
But you're still going to have sex every once in a while. That's the deal.
Yeah, it's like the residual smoke that's left over.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But you know what I'm going to do, T-Man? I got a new dream.
What's your new dream there, Porta Potty J?
I'm going to be a rap star.
I thought you already had that dream.
I thought we already squashed that.
T-Man kind of shot that dream down for me.
How did I shoot it down?
Because you would never let him do the whole rap that he had for us, I think.
That's how I shot his dream down?
Probably.
Like his career would have been launched if I let him do his whole rap?
Well, maybe you should look into ringtones.
You know, because DJ Dirty Harry let me do a freestyle on the beach.
Call Singular Wireless. They're the best who can help you right now. Because apparently, if you want to make it on the charts, you got to get ringtones.
I guess so.
All right?
Yeah.
All right.
It could be the new ringtone for somebody. Can you imagine?
Yeah, your phone rings and you hear Porta Potty J rapping to you. That's what
I'm
you need.
coming out there, people.
You're coming out here when?
When?
As soon as I save up enough money.
Oh, okay. Well, really
and I'm
be
going to do a
concerned.
concert live on the beach.
All right. We'll all be there.
All right.
Yes, I'll make sure to jump up on stage and hug you.
Make sure your entourage, though, doesn't,
Okay, yes.
Oh, goodness.
You deserve to be beat down if you jump up and see him.
Oh, wow.
Or if you go to see him.
Oh, that's true.
1-866-6 people swearing so much on the air this morning.
Oh,
hey, you're on the air. Can you stop swearing for a second?
Hello?
Yes.
I'm on the air?
Yes.
You're kidding.
No, that's what we do here. We have you call
damn,
in.
You guys set me up.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. Say the S word on the air. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, what can we do for you?
I was calling in reference to that dude that got his nose broken and everything. We was wondering what happened to the dude.
Well, now you know. Yes.
That jumped on the stage. He thought he had heart.
She can't stop swearing, Cherry.
But you set her up since she called you.
You know what I need, Terry?
What do you need?
I need to have 6 more dump buttons installed here. I'm going to keep going to the store that sells dump buttons.
Yes.
They're going to think I have Alzheimer's. Because they're going to buy 11 dump buttons for the studio, Terry.
Oh, boy.
Because apparently no one can stop cursing. Nobody!
3-day weekend will make you lose your mind. Boy, Stephen almost died and didn't curse.
Terry, Scott Hyder, 36 years old, was this man who sold the 79-year-old woman an expensive string of ukuleles. What was it again?
Organs.
Organs, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The family went to the store and pleaded with this man to stop. Taking responsibility away from themselves for taking care of this woman, Terry. Someone should be watching her at all times if she has Alzheimer's. If they're watching her at all times, I think they can prevent her from going to the damn store.
Well, or if she gets so much joy out of it in her day, why can't they just return them for her?
Right. Just buy them and return them. Didn't anyone see 50 First Dates?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's unconscionable, says a family member. Our mother has mental failings. Due to Alzheimer's disease, she doesn't know what she's doing.
And they want the money.
Well, then it's on you, family. If I'm the sales guy, hey, nice to see you, Mrs. Jones.
Right. Stephen tries the same routine when he goes to the Wendy's drive-thru every day. Oh, I got Alzheimer's. I didn't know I was already here. Boy, what am I doing? Somebody stop me.
You're on the
I
air.
ordered another number 2 with ketchup only.
Well, I'm afraid of these callers right now. Terry, what else do you have? What else do you have?
I'm into the elderly ladies for some reason.
All right.
I got another story here out of North Carolina about...
Who isn't, Terry?
Oh, jeez.
Go ahead.
This is an 86-year-old woman who was arrested and jailed because she kept calling 911 over and over again, complaining about a pizza shop failing or refusing to deliver a pizza to her.
So her pizza wasn't on time, and she kept calling 911.
She would call this pizza shop and
Right.
say, hey, deliver me a pizza. And they said, ma'am, we don't deliver pizzas.
So she called 911 to complain.
Yes.
Not the proper usage of 911 is
Right.
your point here in the
Right.
story.
Mm-hmm.
So if Stephen ever does, in fact, start choking to death, he has to fight it out with the ladies who are angry about their pizza deliveries to get help.
Right.
That's not a good thing, Stephen. You better keep that appointment with that doctor later this week.
I will.
And I guess that when the police showed up at her place...
They did show up.
Yeah, they did.
So not only did she take up 911 operators' time
Right.
by calling about some pizza delivery that wasn't even a shop that delivers.
Right.
She had a squad car go to her house.
Yes.
That probably needed to be doing other things.
Right. Well, and by the way, this woman...
Did the police show up in 30 minutes or less, Terry?
I don't know. This woman is 5 feet tall and 98 pounds.
So-
and she tried to attack the police officer.
Well, it's at least a step up from buying 11 organs.
Hey, when you don't get your pizza, you get pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
It is troubling.
She said that she also complained that someone at the shop called her a crazy old goat.
Oh, jeez.
And she wanted them arrested.
We don't deliver, you crazy old goat. Well, I don't care. Customer's always right. And you best have my anchovy pizza here in 10 minutes. I'll kill you all. I'm not taking no for an answer.
That's pretty much it.
We don't deliver, you old bag. And sticks and stones. I'm still waiting for the doorbell to ring. You guys better get here soon or I'll call the police on you. That's got to be a tough day at the office. That's got to be a tough day at the old pizza shop. When this woman keeps calling, demanding you deliver it. We don't deliver.
You're in Omaha. We're in L.A.
Right.
Sorry.
Can't make it there in 30 minutes or less.
And then eventually, all right, lady, we'll be right there.
Wait by the door. We'll be there.
You're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Go ahead, sir. Say the F word. Say the S word. Get out of the way. Anyone there?
I'm here.
Yes, go.
Oh, I was calling because with the symptoms that Steven's going through, I went through the same thing.
All right.
Oh.
And I asked him when he drinks water, does it feel like he's kind of short of breath?
Stephen, when you drink water, do you feel like you're having trouble getting your wind?
Well, let's see.
He's going to do it live on the air for you, sir. Wait, Stephen.
Oh,
it's a big moment. I want to make sure all the 911 lines are freed up. Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, live on the air. Stephen will now drink water.
No?
You're fine?
I seem to be, yeah. It's not usually it's not usually a food thing.
Well, the caller then can alleviate all concern. You seem to be coming around, but you still have all the symptoms of being a dickhead.
Oh, that's good.
What do you take for that?
You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
A dose of you people.
Hello?
And it's a healthy one at that.
Anyone there? Yes, go ahead, sir.
Are you there?
Yes, we're right here.
Hey, no, you were talking earlier. You're trying to figure out the difference between dementia and Alzheimer's.
Right.
Right. Well,
no, right.
I've been in the medical field for about 5 years now, and the big difference is that dementia kind of in anything that has to do with memory loss is called dementia. So you can have age-related dementia, you can have dementia from getting old, you can have dementia for a lot of things. Alzheimer's, on the other hand, is a specific sort of dementia that's a progressive, very, logical progression that goes about it.
But the same symptoms. You lose your memory, same symptoms.
Yeah, but the problem is it can kill you.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, I appreciate you calling in and straightening us out, man. It's good to know there's a listener for all occasions.
That's right.
Thanks for calling. Dimension it. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah.
The T-Man.
Laid back. With my mind on my money. I'm going to do a little poke, Terry. Laid back. They won't stop. All right, he's off the stage already. Whoa! Never ending.
15 minutes worth.
Sense. Breath, in a sense.
But I think I'll be okay.
Are you sure?
Do you need some medical assistance?
Hold on a second.
Stephen, we found the audio tape if you want to take it to your doctor, all right?
Okay, well, that'd be nice.
Because you almost died live on the air this morning.
Yeah, it was pretty special.
And if you do that, I would appreciate it if you saved it for, like, spring rating sweeps month.
Or like the 7 o'clock hour?
That's right. Or at least have a decency.
Yeah.
Save it for a big rating period. Let's see what text messages we got in today at 97373. Yes, the text number to type away and give us anything you need to tell us about at 97373 is 97373. That's right. This text message says, I saw a gay phone operator at the Old Country Buffet in Federal Way this weekend gorging himself.
Wow. I knew it.
Jeez.
Let's see what else we got here. I jumped up on stage at Summer Jam, and I got dealt with. You don't hear me on the air crying like a little batch about it.
Like a batch?
Like a batch, Terry.
Wow.
One person writes in, I'm listening to this guy. This sounds pretty funny. Wish I could have seen this beat down.
Nice.
I went on stage at Summer Jam once and got dealt with, too.
So did I.
Somebody writes, tell this guy who got his ass beat to suck it up and get over it. Let's see. Snoop Dogg has beat murder charges. This guy will get written off. I don't even know. That's pretty nasty. I want to give my banana to Gwen Stefani. B-A-N-A-N-A. T-Man, I would like to challenge Vinny the Pooh's barber to a barber-off.
Wow. Now that would be exciting.
Oh, front row.
Yes.
I tell you, people come up with great ideas for the program, and it never ends.
The barber.
The barber.
Be careful, Stephen.
Yeah, okay.
The Iron Sheik was on Jerry Springer a few years ago, jacking some guy's girl.
Really?
Just so now you know. T-Man, cockfighting is a sport.
Yeah.
Yes. King 5 said witnesses saw him knock Snoop down and that he wasn't invited on stage. I don't know.
King 5 says there was cube stickers everywhere.
Right.
I know.
Yeah, that's the important part.
Yeah, right. In fact, they're standing outside of our station now.
A good ass beatdown is going to happen every time Snoop Dogg plays with the gangsters that he has rolling with him.
You think?
Mm-hmm. Okay, there you go.
That's why I stick to Christopher Cross. One guy looks at me crossways at Christopher Cross. I want to get him.
Well, nobody's sympathizing with this guy. Very few people, Terry.
Yeah.
Very few people. A guy who got beaten to the point where his picture's in the paper with his eyes shut.
Right.
He's on TV, looking at the cameras, crying, talking, being quoted as saying that he got beaten like a slave, were his exact words in the PI this morning, and no one has a sympathetic bone about it. Interesting.
Yeah.
This idiot is the biggest groupie fag, signed Kathy.
Wow. Okay, Kathy.
Mm-hmm. All right. And the final word this morning will come.
Hey, you know what, though?
There it is, from John John.
Wow.
Come on, we look at more.
You want more?
Do we have
You
to?
really want more?
I do.
Come on.
He says he was there, right?
John John claims he was at the Snoop Dogg
I
concert
was
this
at
weekend.
Snoop Dogg concert.
He's everywhere.
And you know what?
Yes,
Snoop
he
Dogg was
is.
inviting everybody up on stage.
To
and
the
that
stage.
little-
Sounds like it's going to be a class action lawsuit now, and John John's going to join
He's
in.
gonna be the witness.
Invited everybody up on stage, and for the person that got beat down, I feel sorry for him, but it was unnecessary because I tell you what he did.
See, John John wasn't dumb enough to take that bait, Terry. Yes.
Shut up, T-Man. so I
Oh,
can
I'm
finish my
sorry. Didn't
story.
mean to break your flow.
The Key Arena was rocking, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, a bad Asian and a god-darn little freaking... Anyway, I don't want to say nothing but Terry because Terry's a little bitch.
What did Terry do to you this morning, John John?
You want to know what Terry did?
I would like to know what Terry did to you this morning.
Terry's reading some bad stories about this.
Terry's reading some bad stories? What stories did you read that were inaccurate or bad?
Everything comes out of her mouth is bad.
Well, give me some example of what she read this morning that you take issue with.
I take issue with the fact that she read a story about the little bitch that coming out of the south. But anyway, I'm talking about... I'd rather not say what she did because she's just a dumb bitch, period.
Okay, well, Terry is...
But
Well, that takes two. That makes two of us then, John John.
Well, she's calling you a dumb bitch right back at you,
Terry,
John John.
what you got? What you got, girl?
Oh, he's challenging you to a fight now, Terry.
What you
Well,
got? You
snap,
Asian?
snap,
Every
John
time you
John.
see a nigga pops out. What do you got, bitch?
There you go. Well, we'll set this up for later in the week. What do you say? Mud wrestling between John John with a broken back and Terry Free, a 4'11"
Mother
Asian.
wrestler anytime.
Okay, sounds like a plan, John John. We're gonna make this happen for later this week. Think about the ratings bonanza we got going now. Kilbreath dying at any moment.
Yeah.
And John John and Terry Free wrestling in the oatmeal.
I'm setting the TV over Kilbreath dying.
Right.
The T-Man.